Hello. Oh my God. Hello? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? I'll talk with Mike. Thank you. Do I sound normal? Oh God. Things are going insane right now. So I do sound normal. I don't sound like a chipmunk anymore, right? My God. I was talking for a few minutes there at the very beginning and I sounded like a chipmunk. I don't know. I do. It's fixed. Thank you for coming out, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Lomo Thuso. We're getting things started. We have a big day ahead of us. We got Washington to start off with. We're going to pick up Washington on Monday, then we're going to jump over to Wednesday, and then we're going over to Oakley for just an insane, crazy amount of crap. And then I think all of you know that Judge Webster is where it's at. We're going to finish the day off with Judge Hesselink and Judge Rossi, both who had very interesting dockets. The Judge Hesselink was Thursday, the Judge Rossi was on Friday. All of this comes from this week, ladies and gentlemen. It was a slam-packed week. Ladies and gentlemen, I am your Lomo Thuso. Let's get ready. And let's just do this thing. Let's do it right now. Do it together. Happy Saturday, everybody. It's going to be a long one. I have a lot of court cases to go over. Thank you for coming out. Law Talk with Mike, big shout out. Happy to see you. Everybody, get it done.
Um, 25S00308.
Any words for the people?
And Matthew answer on behalf of Mr. Aaron Teachout, who appears from the Washtenaw County Jail via Zoom. Aaron, can you please say your name for the judge?
Aaron Teachout.
Thank you. All right, we're here for a pretrial on Mr. Teachout, and he was arraigned by a magistrate on July 20th for this new domestic violence case. So we're here for a pretrial today on it. One moment, I'm trying to figure out what's going on with Mr. Teachout's other 3 cases. Okay, we're here for a pretrial on these. On this matter. Sorry, not these, just this one.
Yes, sir.
That are
Oops, sorry.
scheduled for a second. Well, I guess that's too far.
Can you say the last part? Your honor was cutting off. I heard August 2nd.
He has other matters scheduled for October 2nd, but that's probably too far out.
Okay. All right. Well, your honor, long story short is this case is going to be a conflict for us. We're going to have to withdraw and appoint new counsel. So regarding the pretrial, I can't do anything about that, but I would like an opportunity to address bond for him if that's cool.
You may.
Thanks, your honor. He's been in there for 10 days. This is the only thing holding him. The bond is set at $5,000. I'm pretty sure we have good contact information. I have his phone number. I've represented Mr. Teachout before in the past. Life has been, I already know, life has been very stressful. A lot of things have been crashing down. I think he's expecting a new child coming soon. He'll do anything to be able to get out, even with a GPS tether or whatever conditions, even if it needs to be to stay away from Washtenaw County, he'll do it. He just needs an opportunity to get out and try to handle his family matters if possible. Again, I don't see anything else holding him but this. New counsel will be appointed to him. They can take care of this matter. Please consider a PR bond with any tether if the court deems appropriate.
Thank you, Ms. Woods.
Judge, I guess a couple of things. We've heard back from Shyla, the victim on the DV case, and she does want to have contact with the defendant. She also believes that he does have a serious problem with alcohol. So if the judge is going to release him at all, we'd at least ask for some sort of an alcohol tether or alcohol testing, because we do believe that that is part of the root of these problems here that he's having with controlling his behavior. And then I would leave it up to the court's discretion.
Thank you. Well, unfortunately for Mr. Teachout, I also have had contact with Mr. Teachout over the years. And Mr. Teachout has had a very hard time complying with probation. I think the last time I gave him straight jail time so we could get it done. Mr. Teachout, does he have a black eye right now?
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Teachout, most of the time I can try to figure out a way to try to help people. I'm having a very hard time with you. I tried to get you to get a job. I tried to get you to get a GED. I'm just having a real hard time to figure out just don't say anything. I'm just having a really hard time trying to figure out how to help you. You're always respectful and you do come to court. I know that, but on the other hand, you just keep getting in trouble too.
May I speak?
You can talk to your attorney about that.
And I don't know. I don't want you to say anything about the case. I mean, if you want to, ask her or say something about, you being released or something along those lines, that's fine. But please don't say anything about the case or anything like that. We got to get that situated.
It was just about GED and work.
That's cool. Then go ahead.
I am back in GED and I am working at Harvest Liquor Store again as a stalker. And
Well,
my son is also in the NICU right now. I'm really trying to get out for him.
I'm glad to hear that you're back in the GED program. As far as working in a liquor store, that's probably one of the worst things you can do for yourself.
Yes.
I'm not really concerned about him not coming back to court. He does return to court. And since you're telling me and asking me to give no contact, lift the no contact, there's no need for him to be on a tether. But I will put him on a scram tether. I believe that alcohol is a serious problem for you, not a scram. I'll put you on a SoberLink device. You need to blow in that device, Mr. Teachout. Mr. Teachout, I can assure you, sir, that if you don't blow in the device, or if you start testing positive, I will have you arrested and put you back in jail. You need to get this alcohol problem under control. I'm not doing it to be mean. I'm doing it because you got to get it together. And I don't know how else to help you to. You can't be a good father for your son with this problem. You should probably, I'm going to order two things. SoberLink device, and you get assessed. You need to get assessed for treatment. You need to follow through on a treatment plan for once. So we'll see what we can do, at least through time we get this case resolved one way or another. Okay?
Okay.
I'll schedule you for a pretrial date here on August the 25th. Okay?
Okay, will I be released today?
I hope so, sir. That's up to community corrections, though I don't control that. They'll know about the order releasing you on the SoberLink, okay?
All right, thank you.
The pretrial is adjourned to August 25th, 2025, and that'll be at 9:00 a.m. The no contact is lifted, so you may have contact.
Okay.
Otherwise, well, I've set you a new bond. All the other conditions apply, sir. No assault of a threatening behavior towards her whatsoever. No leaving the state of Michigan, and you must return for all of your court dates, okay?
Okay. What is my bond situation?
Personal recognizance bond with a SoberLink device that you have to test in, and you can have contact with no assault of a threatening behavior.
All right, thank you.
Don't make me regret my decision, Mr. Teachout. You've always come to court. Make sure you
Okay.
come. All right.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Ypsilanti Township versus Porsche Ellich, 25T00202.
Paul Barnett on behalf of the township.
Matthew Answer on behalf of Miss Ellich, who appears today from the Washtenaw County Jail via Zoom. Portia, can you please state your name?
Yes, Porsche Ellich.
Thank you. Good morning, Miss Ellich.
Good morning, Washington.
All right, we're here for an adjourned pretrial today.
Yes, we are, Judge Washington. I believe Mr. Lebo and Mr. Barnett have been working on some plea negotiations. I'm going to lean on Mr. Barnett a little bit here to update me and us so we can go forward.
Yeah, I think the discussion was, and I was fine with this, would be a plea of guilty as charged. I believe she's going to be in custody for some time, but has a provision in her other case for a release to inpatient treatment program. So we would do a plea of guilty to the retail fraud. In this case, 45 days, Washtenaw County Jail. I'm not certain what her credit is at this point. But we also would not oppose a order allowing her to be released to inpatient treatment.
So for context, we've jumped for Monday, where we'll be staying on Wednesday for the remainder of the day. And this hearing is a whole thing. Got its own app. Do it.
Thank you.
Okay. Well, I think, let's see, she got arraigned on June 18th, and it is July 30th. So she's gonna have served her time if that is the sentence that I agree to.
That would be fine, Your Honor. This is a retail fraud. Trying to see what it involved. It was a very minor incident of retail fraud.
Is there actually another case that gets her into treatment?
That was the information I have from Mr. Lebo. I didn't have a chance to independently verify
Yes,
that.
yes, Miss Washington. One of my big cases with Judge Slade.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, it's long-term treatment. So, I did my access call on Friday.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, with that information, I will agree to the sentence agreement in this case. If she wasn't, I would not agree to that because she needs treatment. So, but I'll allow the circuit court to make sure she gets into some treatment. So it would be a 45-day sentence, and I believe that she doesn't have like a total of 45 days yet, but with the credit that she would be maxed out on that time. So is that what you want to do, Ms. Ellich? You want to plead guilty as charged and get
Has no content, but yes.
no contest?
Yes.
I don't object to no contest. I'll have to send a copy of the report.
What is the basis for the no contest plea?
My sword.
Your Honor,
Civil liability. I'm sorry. There
Oh,
you go.
you just represent yourself today, huh?
I guess so. If Your Honor, if you give me 2 seconds, let me look at the report.
That's civil liability. It's a retail fraud case. Makes sense. I'll accept that. Okay. All right. I'm gonna go with the right you have. Well, first of all, raise your hand. So do you swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to provide will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. You may lower your hand. All right, I'm going to go over the rights that you have, which I'm sure you're fully aware of at this time, but I'm going to go over with you anyway. You can probably see them yourself. You have the right to have a trial by a judge or a jury, at which time you can call witnesses to speak for you, or you can get an order signed by this court to require that those witnesses come to court. You have the right to see, hear, and question any and all witnesses that are called against you, and you have the right to be a witness for yourself, or you could choose to remain silent. If you did choose to remain silent, the prosecutor could not comment on that. In addition to that, you have the right to be presumed innocent unless proven guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. Do you understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
Understand you're giving them all up, Ms. Ellich, and you're not going to be having a trial of any sort.
Yes, ma'am.
You also understand that there's no automatic right to appeal this decision. So the decision you're making today, in all likelihood, is going to stick with you.
Yes, ma'am.
And do you understand that if you were on probation, parole, or bond on September 9th of 2024, when this happened, and if you're still on it, you could be in violation of it. Were you on any at that
Yes,
time?
I was on probation with you.
But you're off now,
But I'm
right?
off now. So,
Okay.
yeah,
I looked at the date, I'm like, I know she was, but yeah. All right.
Yeah.
And there was no one else, correct?
No, ma'am.
Okay. And if you are not a U.S. citizen, you could have immigration consequences. You understand that part?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. To the charge of retail fraud, how do you plead?
No contest.
Anyone promise you anything other than what we place on the record to get you to plead? No contest.
No, ma'am.
Anyone threaten you in any way, shape, or form?
No, ma'am.
All right. I'm going to take a minute for the report to scan. I have received it, just so everyone knows. It's got to clear the scanning process.
Judge Washington knows this lady, and she really appreciates her. And I really appreciate it.
I like the color of your lipstick, Miss Washington.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
You're welcome. I'm not just saying that, I'm serious.
I
Told you.
one thing I know about you is you kind of say what's real and what's not real, and when you're not under the influence, Miss Ellich.
Yeah. That's true.
All right, the report is 24-0069-604 with the date of incident of September 9th, 2024 at the vicinity of 2151 Washington Ave. It is authored by a Early officer in charge. Is Early. Do the attorneys agree to my review of this report to determine the factual basis?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes, Your Honor.
So on that date and time, there were workers who, Miss Ellich, taking items and throwing them in a bag. One of the workers went out to the car and asked her if she intended to pay for them, and she said yes, but then told the driver to leave and drive off. The driver did drive off. She was provided her rights, and she acknowledged that she had taken the items, Tide Pods and air freshener plugins. I find that there's a factual basis for the plea that's been willingly and knowingly made. And are you satisfied?
Yes, Your Honor. Thank you.
Defense is as well, Your Honor. Thank you.
And Ms. Ellis, do you understand what no contest means? I mean, I know you do. I have to make a record of it, though. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
You know it means that you're not going to say you did it. You're not going to say you didn't do it, but the court's going to treat you as if you're guilty, correct?
Yeah. Yes, ma'am.
All right. As to sentencing, anything you want to say on behalf of your client?
Your Honor, I think we all know the underlying issue here. I'm glad that Ms. Ellich is going to get back into treatment program, work on herself. She has a lot of potential. I know that. We spent a lot of time together. So I'm hoping this is going to be the one, and there's going to be no turning back after this. To reach your full potential takes a lot of work. There's going to be a lot of distractions along the way, a lot of hiccups, a lot of steps going backwards. But Portia, please just stay, motivated. You know who you are. Come out and be somebody that everybody is proud of. So, Your Honor, I just hope for the best for her. And I hope, Portia, I don't see you again in this situation. Hopefully we can run into each other down the road, and we could just both smile and be like, yeah, So that's all, Your Honor.
Thank you. Mr. Barnett?
Nothing from the township, Your Honor. Thank you.
Thank you. There's not a whole lot additionally I can say after what Mr. Mansour said. I think he just really nailed it. And, is there something you want to say?
I want to say that I'm grateful for you individually, because you've been dealing with me for like almost 3 years now. And to see that when I chose to at least try to look at it in the way that you put in front of me, I seen progress in my life that I hadn't seen before. And when I didn't run again on a tether and things like that, having faith in a better outcome in my life, having faith to just go towards something that I don't know what the outcome gonna be, but it's better than what I was doing before. It's a blessing and it's a good feeling, even though I'm behind these walls, I'm not angry. I'm behind these walls. This is like a peace for me. It's me having time to pray and find my inner peace and find out who I am, and get out of my I thought thinking, you know what I'm saying? So I'm very grateful to be here and have a second chance, because I could be going to prison for all my things I've done and going to court for. And I'm just grateful that I'm able to still have a chance to be able to be a good mother, a good woman, a child of God, and be able to be clean. because it's not a life that I saw for myself. I never would have thought that I would be in this predicament, committing these crimes, using these drugs, none of it, you know. I wasn't supposed to live like this, so I'm not gonna live like this if I can help it. So I'm grateful.
Yeah. Your
I'm just
statement, your
gonna-
statement is so powerful, especially coming from where you started. Like the first time I saw you, you were like, look, I'm gonna lie to you, whatever I can to get out of here. And then you came back and you were like, I don't want treatment. I'm not ready. I don't want to do that. And to see where you are now, you know, it's not where I want you to be, but it is steps in progress from where you were. And I just want, you know, like when I saw you again, I said the same thing. You're not back where you were before. So don't go there. Just keep working forward. This is a disease that is very powerful.
Yeah.
And you just got to fight, everyday fight. And when the urge gets strong, you got to have somebody there for you that you can call that will come and get you and make you not use if possible until you get strong enough to do it on your own. So you got to set up that foundation, Miss Ellich. I don't want to hear anything negative about you because I'm afraid for you overall. You know, like you got to understand that every time you make that choice again, when you've been sober for so long, you endanger your life more. So just please get the people in place that can make sure that if it gets so strong, you're just like, I'm feeling like I can't help myself. I need you to come. If they got to hold you down until you get okay, get those people in your life. Please do that. Okay.
And I agree with you because when you sent me to treatment before, when I left treatment and completed it and I had that relapse, the feeling that I had was a feeling that I never wanted to experience again. I had to go. It made it easier for me to go back to seek help because I seen that there was help out there now, and I think that being out there was not going to help me. So it brought me right back to the program even more sooner. And so I'm grateful for that because if I hadn't, I would have stayed gone. I probably wouldn't even be here. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't even been caught and went to jail by now if I would have stayed out there and just lived that life like that. And I don't want to live. I fear myself sometimes when I'm in that addiction because I see so many people pass away that I know that I've used with. And you know, and to see my kids coming back into my life like that. And I don't want to be like, okay, I'm better and then just disappear out their life again. That's not who I want to be. So.
And I will continue to pray for you. Okay.
Thank you, Washington. No, pray for me, Jay. Yes, pray for me every day. Pray for me. Yes, I'm praying for myself, but pray for me as much as you can. Because I'm actually excited about this. And I actually was supposed to go to the farm, right? But there's no beds. So they're sending me all the way up north. And I was like, you know, the devil was like, no, just sit in jail another month or two and wait for the bed for Don's farm to open. But I'm like, no, maybe I need not to be in Ann Arbor and Ypsilanti while I'm going through my transition from out of my addiction. I don't know nobody up in the UP.
Right.
You know, that's so far away. Ain't nobody gonna come get me. You
get a different environment, you know.
You get a different environment, exactly.
Yeah.
So I let it go and I let God. And I'm like, you know what? Okay, that's cool. I start thinking about what animals I'm gonna feed or something. So what lake I'm gonna go sit out at, you know, smoke my cigarette. Sure.
Yeah. Is anyone from probation able to tell me in X jail how many days it says she has? I think I can calculate it. Heather, can you do July 8th? Did you get picked up on the 18th or the day before, Miss Ellich?
I've been in jail since February 14th, huh?
What? All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, Your Honor. It's saying 166 days on X jail.
Yeah, the case been pending for it's been pending for a long time. They just now has signed the order, but it has been floating in the air for a while.
Okay.
I heard about that charge back last year, so.
All right. All right. Then it is the sentence of this court that you serve 45 days in the Washtenaw County Jail. Credit for time served. Fines and costs are waived due to her indigency and her current circumstances, as well as all costs. And you're all set. Good luck to you, Miss Ellich. Again, I will continue to pray for you. Okay.
I'm gonna send you a letter. I'm gonna Zoom. I'm gonna FaceTime you. Okay. When I'm finished with treatment. Okay.
All right, Miss Ellich. Take care.
All right. Thanks, Washington.
You gonna slide into her DMs.
Ypsilanti Township versus Elijah Tucker Bedles, 24W002435.
Paul Barnett on behalf of the township.
Yeah, I do. I sit over there.
Please state your name, sir.
Elijah Tucker Bedles.
Thank you. We're here for a contempt hearing today because Mr. Tucker Bedles has not paid his ticket, which is for impeding traffic at $180. So, Mr. Tucker Bedles, you're here to show why the court should not hold you in contempt and put you in jail for not paying your ticket, for which you would still owe the ticket afterwards. Why haven't you paid your ticket?
Well, the last couple months from the last, I think it was right in April, March that we were going through that. I was in the process of being evicted from my apartment, and that was already a lot that amount was owed on there. And then I've been basically moving around places and stuff, and my truck was working at one point, then I had to deal with it going down. So it's really been hard to find work to really do much of anything, and I don't really have much other help because we've lost. My mother recently was involved in a accident where her car completely had gotten totaled, so she couldn't even try to help me with anything anymore because we're trying to get everything back together now. But the stuff with, as far as me getting evicted, that was the main thing that was because the amount that was owed and the other things that still needed to be paid from there. Like I haven't had really much. I haven't had money since the beginning of last year.
You need to fill out a hardship form or have a job by the time you come back here, Mr. Tucker Bedles.
What is it's a hardship form?
Yes. It's so this started out as a license not valid, so the PD should really be on this case. Which public defender wants to help or talk to? It's Mr. Works. Mr. Works, I can put you on Mr. Works when we're done talking so he can explain what the hardship form is.
Okay.
I'm gonna put you down for another contempt proceeding, sir. You have to show up to court. If you fail to appear next time, a bench warrant's gonna issue, okay? Because you did appear in June. I'm gonna schedule it for September 17th at 10:00 a.m. You talk to Mr. Works and he can explain what the hardship form is so that we can see whether or not you can do some community service or something instead of paying your fines and costs. Okay?
Okay.
You need to have a job, have the hardship form filled out, or both by the time you come back here. Okay?
Okay, thank you.
All right. Thank you. I'll see you on September. Oh, he's gone.
Yeah,
Okay.
sorry.
That's okay. No worries. The court will call the matter of Brandon Barksdale, case number 24T00424.
Paul Barnett on behalf of the township.
Matthew Mansour on behalf of Mr. Brandon Barksdale. Brandon, when you unmute, can you please say your name?
Okay, Brandon J. Barksdale.
Thank you. Good morning. We're here for sentencing today.
Yes, Your Honor, we are. I went over the report. We would like the court to follow the recommendation. If I could just say a few things on his behalf.
You may proceed. Oh, well, I'm going to hear from the prosecutor first, and then you may proceed to allocate on behalf of your client.
Your Honor, I've also reviewed the pre-sentence investigative report. I don't have any additions, corrections, or deletions. I will ask you to follow the recommendations as well.
Thank you. Now, Mr. Mansour.
Thank you, Your Honor. So we are here for sentencing. This was a life-changing, life or death experience, and Mr. Barksdale understands that. He's lucky to be here today. We are thankful for this court. We are thankful for the probation recommendation. Your Honor, I just want to start with some of the conditions. First and foremost, the restitution amount in the report. We are challenging that restitution amount. I believe there's a potential ongoing civil suit regarding that amount and regarding the accident. I have personally spoken to the attorney on the victim's side, and I'm trying to, keep them updated on what's going to transpire regarding the restitution amount. So if we could please set it for a restitution hearing. Next is, Your Honor, the drug testing portion, once a week, which we're not, arguing against. But it's the recommendation is drug and alcohol testing. Mr. Barksdale is a type 1 diabetic. He has not had any alcohol since he was 17. He can't have alcohol. And the allegations here in this case do not involve any alcohol. So if the court would please consider removing the alcohol component and just leaving the drug testing for once a week. We also spoke about the amount that he has to test a month. So it's going to be 4 times a month, once a week. I told him, if we, if we do well with our drug testing, prompt testing, clean, when we come back for a review, maybe in some time, then we can argue for a step down, and he understands that, and that's what he's going to try to do. Next, Your Honor, is the NA meetings. So he's done NA meetings in the past. He acknowledges the fact that he's had, he's open and honest, and that's what the assessor said, and that's what the recommendation says about his past substance abuse history. But the NA meetings in the past have kind of caused some negative, it kind of backfired on him. It caused him to take a step back sometimes, or tempted him to almost want to use again. So I recommended him, if the court allows and if probation allows, to reach out to his agent, who he knows he has Mr. Pappenhagen's number, to maybe get into some sort of alternative instead of NA. Otherwise, the condition is the condition. He'll have to do it, but that's that portion. That's it regarding the conditions. I'll just end by asking the court for any leniency whatsoever on fines and costs or whatnot. He's in pretty bad shape physically. He's really trying his best to get back into the work field. He's trying to take care of his family. He's dealing with this ongoing civil suit. He does not have an income. He can't even walk. And that reminds me about the community service. I told him the same thing about the community service as I did for the NA meetings. Told him to reach out to the probation department, see if they can get him into any type of community service that would involve no physical labor or movement. So he'll do that. But if we could do, and I know the court's hands are tied most of the time, but he is struggling financially. He has no income. He's fighting right now to get SSI due to his circumstances. But other than that, everything happens for a reason. This situation was very, very serious. We're thankful to be here today. We're thankful for the court. We're thankful for the prosecutor for making the offer that he did. And we just want to move forward, Your Honor. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Barksdale, what would you like to say, sir?
I guess same thing as Mr. Mensor said, that I'm lucky to be here, and I'm at gratitude of anything that you guys were willing to, offer, but also anything that you have leniency on. I don't have a problem with a lot of things, but with the AA&A, I will confirm that a lot of the things, it brings you into a state of wanting to relapse because it brings you back to times, thinking all the fun you had, the bad times, the good times. I'd rather just like stay away from that, not put myself in the possibility versus just not doing it, period, or an alternative to AA&A.
Thank you. Anything you want to say about those requests, Mr. Barnett? I didn't give you an opportunity to speak to those.
Well, counsel's correct. This case doesn't technically involve alcohol. I don't think it would hurt him to be testing for alcohol, but I'll leave that portion in your discretion. The NA meetings, certainly that's a 12-step is important. If he can come up with some kind of alternative program that is acceptable to the court and probation, that's fine with me as well. But he certainly needs to be actively engaged in treatment and 12-step. So other than that, I have no additional comments.
Thank you. I looked at the pictures, read the report, police report, as well as the PSI. And when you say that you're lucky to be alive, that is so true. And the other individual is so lucky to not have been in the car or the truck at the time that this happened.
Yes, Your Honor. It was a pretty big Amazon vehicle. So, I mean, yeah, he probably would have had a little bit of whiplash, but I think in the retrospect of where he was parked and the impact, I kind of suffered most of the damage. Oh, it was a scary experience, don't get me wrong, for both parties. But yeah, it was definitely a life-changing experience.
Well, maybe in your mind you can justify that he probably would have only suffered a minor impact or a slight impact or however you put that. But in reality, if he was standing in that vehicle, not buckled in or whatever, there are ways that people die that we don't anticipate. So to me, I take this case very seriously. And for the most part, I'm going to follow a recommendation. I will, of course, take into consideration your attorney and your request to not have to do AA or NA. The court can't order anyone do those for religious reasons, although you're not citing religious reasons. I will allow you to not do those, but the court can order alternative ones. And so you will need to find an alternative programming that meets the court's requirements. And sometimes that's you paying for your own counseling, but to do nothing is not an option for you. So you'll need to find something. And then,
Your Honor. So I actually, through the assessment, I'm seeing Ryan through the Trinity Health Addiction Recovery. He is a counselor. I see him. Last time I seen him was supposed to be July 3rd, but because of the July 4th weekend, he wasn't there. And since then, we haven't had a meeting, but I am currently with him. So if that's something that we could recommend, then I will continue to see him as well, if need be.
thank you, Mr. Barksdale. At this point, I'm going to talk and you're going to remain quiet, okay?
Sure.
It is the sentence of the court that you serve 93 days in the Washington County Jail, credit for 0 days served. The balance of that time is suspended as long as you do exactly as you are ordered. I don't make recommendations, I give orders. So you are to do exactly as you were ordered to do. If not, then you'll have to do that jail time. Are we on the same page about that?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. You are to complete 5 days for a total of 40 hours of community service. Probation you were on probation for 24 months. The restitution amount is in dispute, but right now they are requesting $26,987.85. I'll set a restitution hearing in this matter at the end of my sentence. Fines and court costs in this particular case for a total of $300. That is a substantial deviation for what they normally are. They are normally 700. I'm sorry, there was an accident. $825 for indigent individuals. Okay. And I'm knocking off a substantial amount because of the high amount of restitution and because of your situation. The $30 per month oversight fee is added onto this particular case. You're to report to probation monthly via the online reporting platform, report during the second week of each month, and meet with probation when and where directed. You're to continue with treatment through Trinity Health and sign a release of information. And after we've reviewed that, then Mr. Pappenhagen and I will decide whether or not that is sufficient or you need to do additional alternative programming instead of the AANA. You're to complete the MAV victim impact panel within 45 days of the sentence. No use or possession of firearm components, ammunition, or other dangerous weapons, alcohol, marijuana, illegal drugs, or drug paraphernalia, and no being in the presence of anyone carrying any of those items. You must drug and alcohol test one time per week, and any other times is ordered by the court, probation, or police. And as I indicated, you are to attend an alternative to the NA meetings, which they are requesting that to be done 3 times per week. You and Mr. Pappenhagen can come up with another alternative, but the reality is you're responsible for figuring that out. He's not going to be searching all over the place to try to find that. You need to figure something out that he finds acceptable. We'll do a review in 90 days. That is going to be on October 29th, 2025, and that's at 10 o'clock a.m., okay?
All right, thank you.
I certainly hope that this helps you. I certainly hope that we make the community safer and that we make it safer for you too, Mr. Barksdale. Yeah, you could be gone. So I hope this really was a life-changing event and that we can get through this process with no hiccups. Okay.
All right.
I'm going to give you the phone number to contact the probation department. I'm going to give it to everybody else on the call at this time. Okay. So
All right.
everybody call should write down this phone number in the event that they need to reach out to the probation department. You have a
Okay.
pen?
I'm writing it down in my notes right now.
Okay. All right. 734-483-7336. And the only
So
other,
the
Go ahead.
734-483-7336.
correct.
All right, thank you.
Mr. Barksdale, the reason I'm concerned is there's a new case, which is for improper plate and registration, which is a misdemeanor that you just received back on July the 3rd of this particular year. Well, that ticket is now outstanding and technically it's a bond violation. So I certainly hope that you take this more seriously than it appears you've been doing so far, sir.
Outstanding. I have a court date on it.
Brandon, just call me about that after court.
Okay, because I'm
It's okay. It's okay.
Sure.
Just call me after court.
Okay.
Thanks, Ron. Thanks for bringing that up.
You're welcome. I'm aware, Miss Heather. Okay. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're staying on Wednesday with Judge Oakley. Man, you don't want to be this PD. I'm telling you.
All right, appearances for People versus Littleton.
Good morning, Your Honor. Attorney Levon Cross and your record, James Case, and I on behalf of Littleton.
All right, ladies, we ready to go?
Yes, Judge, the people are ready to go, and I have a complaining witness who flew in from out of this country to be here today.
All right, put her on the stand.
Your Honor, I may. Mr. Littleton to refer the competency at this time, defense counsel is adamant that Mr. Littleton is no way understanding the nature or the object of the proceeding and cannot. He is not fully aware, Your Honor, when I try to ask him, or explain to him that I'm his attorney. He doesn't.
Let me stop you. When did you talk to him and realize you had those problems?
Well, it's been a compounded conversation. So it was the first one with the PCC. It was a little off. If Your Honor was, I'm not sure if Your Honor was the judge that did the at that time.
Was not.
That I didn't think any.
Counsel, my question was a simple one. When did you know you had this problem?
So I'm telling you it's a compounded issue, Your Honor. It wasn't just the first time, it was the second time also.
Denied. Denied. Twice I've asked you a direct question, you can't answer it. No, I asked you for a date. When did you know you had the problem? They flew somebody in from out of the country. If this was a problem you could have told them about a week ago, we could have avoided that. So we'll go ahead with the exam. You can do whatever you want. You can build whatever your record is. We're going to use the witnesses that are here today. I didn't ask for an argument, counsel. I just told you my decision.
Going to be completely, I think to be ready and what to be Mr. Mr. Wilson had no opportunity to review the discovery. I'm not the attorney of record.
Then why are you here? Who's the attorney of record?
And that is correct, Judge, as much as Ms.
So schedule a show cause for Attorney King for contempt of court. Would somebody like to explain to me why the attorney of record is not here for a scheduled exam?
Understanding when there is a different matter that he's explaining to us because I was going to come here anyway, and because Mr. Littleton was going to refer to competence.
No, he wasn't. No, he wasn't. You were going to ask for that.
The court, the statute requires that the court at least consider that the referral to competency at this point in time juncture. I understand that there has been a delay in the complaints from out of the country. However, the statute is very clear, and if Mr. Littleton cannot assist rationally, cannot comprehend what is actually happening, actually he cannot move forward. And I think the court has an obligation to consider.
Here's what I consider. Here's what I consider. Your office is continuing to do this to the court docket with attorneys that are scheduled, that don't show, don't call, just ghost us. We've got attorneys that show up the day of the exam having never spoken to their defendant repeatedly, day in, day out. Every Wednesday we have the same thing. Your office is disrespecting the Wayne County bench. Is that clear? We've been told we have to actually hold you people in contempt so that they can withhold the payment for the job that you're not doing. Would you like to say anything?
Judge, I just asked for an opportunity to make a fair record, if I may.
Go ahead.
So first of all, I would like to note that this is my first time actually working with Ms. Barrage. This is not, I believe, her choice. I believe she was sent here by Mr. King.
Oh, it sounds like they threw her to the wolves.
I just want to acknowledge that. I don't think that this is a problem for me.
No, she's just lucky enough to be the one I yell at. Yeah.
Judge, I contacted Mr. King. I called NDS last week, contacted them specifically so that I could figure out ahead of the PCC who the defense attorney was. I found out that it was Mr. King. I contacted Mr. King. I got a hold of him that day. It was the day before the probable cause conference. I let him know that I was personally sending him the digital discoveries so that he could review it. I indicated that there may be some competency concerns, and I asked if he would let me know if he would be referring for competency. I also let him know that I spoke to the out of the country complaining witness, confirmed the next 4 to 6 Wednesdays her free in her schedule, and let him know that we would be flying her in, and told Mr. King that I would make any of those days work, but that if we scheduled an exam for her to be flown into the country, and Judge, this is very important, this happened at the airport, so flown into the airport that she was sexually assaulted in, that if that happened and if she came here, we were holding this exam. Because I was not going to have the victim come all the way back here, only to be told that there was an adjournment request or have him be referred for competency. I asked Mr. King that. I did feel at the time like he was dismissing me, but I also recognized it was pre-PCC. The PCC happened. I appeared early. I was not present when the actual date was set. It was set for 7 days out. We did everything that we could to get the victim here. I had the officer in charge meet her where her plane landed at the actual gate to get her from the gate through the airport. Again, she was sexually assaulted into her hotel to keep her calm because she's been extremely traumatized as a result of this. Prior to this, after all the arrangements were made, I started calling Mr. King 48 hours before the victim needed to leave to come here, just to confirm that he was not planning on asking for an adjournment for discovery, to confirm that he was not planning on referring the defendant for competency. He refused to call me back, refused to answer my text. I got a call from him this morning at 8:30. It was the first time he has spoken to me since pre-PCC last week. And that is when he told me that he had not spoken to his client, that other members of his team had fortunately stepped in to speak to his client for him, and that they were concerned about his competency, and that he wasn't sure if the defendant would be able to sit through with this hearing today.
This is totally unconscionable.
Which I told Mr. King that we would address the, because to be fair, Judge,
Mr. King better bring a toothbrush when he comes for the show cause. Please send that message. Clear? Counsel? Clear? Answer my question. Clear? Make sure he brings a toothbrush when he comes for his show cause. Thank you.
if I may, Judge, I recognize I have no actual power to object to a competency referral. And I recognize that. But the way that this was handled, it is one thing to inconvenience me, and I have a lot of respect for the Neighborhood Defender Services. There are several of them here at this courthouse that I have so much respect for.
Me too.
But how this was handled was completely inappropriate, and I told Mr. King that until there was an actual issue in court, we were here, we were ready to go, and I'm at a loss, Judge, because ethically as a prosecutor, I know that I cannot push to proceed when there is a genuine referral for competency. I don't want to compromise my ethics, but this is extremely difficult for the position that we are in, and the reason we're in this position is because of Mr. King. If I may, Your Honor. Yeah.
Go ahead.
Well, thank you, prosecutor, for the procedural history, and I can't speak to the conversations that the prosecutor had with Mr. King directly. However, I will remind or just say, that at the times and moments that Mr. King was stating that he did not intend to refer to company C until after buying over, that those were true statements, and it wasn't until understanding the actual, and not to get into privileged communications and client confidential conversations that we've had, that even at this preliminary examination, even if it is probable cause, and even though he's told the prosecutor that we don't intend to refer to competency until later, it was clear that Mr. Littleton has an issue understanding the order, nature, and proceedings, as well as not being able to assist rationally in his defense. So it's not to say that Mr. King wasn't being honest or truthful, but
He was being lazy and unprofessional, counsel. He never spoke to the defendant.
Your Honor.
Unless she's lying to me, King told her he'd never met with Mr. Littleton. Other people from his office had.
I wasn't part of that conversation. I can't speak to them. I'm not
Then I'm going to take her at her word.
lying. Just saying that all the other times that she was speaking with Mr. King and he made the applications and the intention of holding this exam, that was his intention. It wasn't to be dismissive. He wasn't refusing to communicate, that he was figuring out.
Counsel, stop, or I'll hold you in contempt.
Just trying to make my record.
Keep talking, I'll hold you in contempt. I'm not going to let you make your argument because you don't know what you're talking about. You're not talking from firsthand knowledge. She is. Sit down. Counsel, don't test me. Sit down. You're done speaking today.
Done speaking today?
Yes, ma'am. Who flew in?
Judge, the complaining witness in this case, her name is Nora Al-Thamna, that's spelled N-O-U-R-A, last name A-L dash.
All right, I'm going to want her in here in just a minute. Do the paperwork so we can send Mr. Littleton for his competency, which will be 6 months down the road before we hear anything. You guys can take Mr. Littleton back into lockup. bring your complaint in. Mr. Smith, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
All right, I've got a couple of Smith, just to make sure you're Jacob, correct?
Yes, sir.
All right, well, Jacob, I am embarrassed to tell you this, brother, but we cannot do anything with you today. We cannot find an attorney that will represent you. The NDS office, they're all saying they can't represent you. It sounds like there's some kind of a co-defendant type deal going on. You with me?
What do you mean by co-defendant deal?
So let's double check that. I don't even know where to find it. I got a case number. That's all I got on the ROA. 250736.
So I don't know why.
Oh yeah, I think there is. Nessa Benson.
Yeah, she's here. Yep.
Yeah. All right. So yeah, here's I'm making some assumptions, Mr. Smith, but I think I'm right. I'm looking at the complaint that's got your name on it with another defendant, Anissa Benson. So that means co-defendants. You're both being charged with some of the same stuff. You follow me?
Yeah.
So because that office is representing her, because of this factual situation, they don't think they can also represent you. So we've got to find an attorney outside of that office to represent you. Making sense?
Okay, basically a conflict of interest.
Say again?
You,
Yeah, conflict of interest. Yes, yes. And unfortunately, that can't happen today. So we're going to adjourn this till next week to give the people that schedule attorneys another week to find somebody that's not out of that office. You with me?
Is it possible, Mike, in this case, you just get bonded over to Wayne County and I'll just get an attorney from Wayne County?
I'm having trouble understanding you. Is it possible to do what?
I say, is it possible if my case can get bonded over to Wayne County and I can just retain an attorney from Wayne County?
Well, the problem with that is for me to send it to Wayne County, you've got to waive your exam, and I got nobody that can talk to you and make sure you understand your rights, because that's what the attorney does.
Well, I understand the process. That's an issue. I mean, it's not really an issue for me. I understand the process I'm going through. I'd rather just deal with it in Wayne County.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna let him waive an attorney.
We can't get an attorney. They can't get an attorney.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, the problem is that the attorneys are all coming from the same pool. So downtown's gonna have the same issue we've got today. You follow me? They can't appoint from that particular office.
Okay.
All right, so I'm gonna adjourn it till next Wednesday.
All right.
I'll confirm.
Yeah, that's gonna be 8:30.
Okay.
Purdy. Mr. Mojica, your appearance for Miss Purdy.
Michael Mohican on behalf of Hurricane P88245. Please state your full name for the record.
And Alicia Louise,
Thank you. How about September 10th for an exam date?
It's September 10th, March J.
What time, Heather? Bond will be continued.
Yes.
All right, Miss Purdy, you have a seat. We'll get you a notice. Council, are we ready on Black and Fields?
I'm ready on not Black and Fields for all of it.
I'm ready on that one. Your appearance for Mr. Meraldo.
Yeah, Michael, 8845. And Mr. Moran. Gary, can you please state your name, unmute yourself and state your name for the record? You go muted. What's your comments?
Exam date, Council? Same day?
Jacoby Maralda.
All right, Mr. Maralda, you know that, right?
Yes.
Yeah. You know we're gonna do live exams. We don't do Zoom exams.
Yes.
All right. Mr. Maralda, can you hear me all right?
Yes.
All right, we're gonna schedule your preliminary exam for September 10th, 2025. That's live. Understood?
Yes.
What time did we just do that one?
12:30.
12:30.
Yes.
Understood?
Yes.
Bond is continued. We will
Thank
mail
you.
you a notice.
Okay.
You understand that's live in person, my courtroom, right?
Yes.
Okay, travel safely. He's gone. We're ready on Fields and Black now?
Talk to his Black's attorney. Attorney right there. You have to feel.
You want to do these at 1 o'clock? Yeah, come on up, Fields, Black. Appearances.
Morning, Your Honor. Staff, Michael P. 88245.
Morning, Your Honor. Ready to be around the names of one I could be for guys.
We're gonna set for exam. Good, because that's the only date I've got. How about 1 o'clock? All right. Bonds continued?
Yes.
Correct. All right. Gentlemen, we're gonna get notices for you two. And Mr. Black, you owe us money on some other stuff. Expired license from 24, speeding ticket from 2024. Looks like you owe us $651. Are you in a position to set up some kind of payment plan?
Yes, sir.
Yes?
Sir.
Take care of that downstairs before you leave. All right. Thank you, counsels. Guys, just have a seat. We'll get you a notice for that court date. Mr. Graziani, what'd you work out on those civil infractions?
No insurance, no correction.
All right. That's gonna stay. Everything else is gonna go. All right. You are.
Let me just hand you,
Yeah. No agreed upon fines and costs or anything?
non-judge.
All right, let's do $250 on all. Miss Sarazin, am I saying that right? Can you pay $250 today? Tell me when. Congratulations, good luck. All right, so you're starting on the 4th, which is Monday. 15th, enough time? You sure? Okay. All right, the original charges are dismissed.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. Do you care which one I put it on? You want to put it on the civil infraction?
Figure this out. Everything's not working.
That's the deal. That's the dismissal.
Jeez.
Date to pay. And you told Nancy that Rick was on. No, there, how's that for timing? I wonder if she can take care of Booth too. He's just testing you, Hood. He's just checking you. Let's get a little fewer. Didn't we do that already?
Yeah.
Khalil Stewart.
Yes, Your Honor.
Your case was dismissed. Talk to your attorney if you want the details.
Thank you, Your Honor. Thank you.
You're welcome. Nancy was fucking on this shit up.
You know.
I'm starting to realize I might have made a little bit of a mistake editing.
Mr. Ramsayer, what do you got?
Say again, Your Honor. I have Alexander Darrow.
What are we doing? What are we doing today?
Your Honor, we're the prosecutor stipulated that we're just going to do an adjournment to try and get a deviation request into Mr. Bridgenahan and hopefully get a response here in about 3 weeks.
Correct. You want to go to the 20th then?
If I could, please.
Time. Whose courtroom?
Judge Martin.
All right, counsel, August 20, 10 a.m. on Zoom, Judge Martin.
Thank you very much, Your Honor. I appreciate it.
You're welcome. Bond is continued. Mr. Darrow, we'll mail you a notice on that.
Thank you and have a great day.
You as well. He's got work to do, Joe. Don't waste all his time schmoozing. You don't have to be nice to him.
I like.
All right. Well.
But did he just walk off? What was I doing? What was I thinking? Oh wait, maybe there was a point to this.
Goes, he's got a handle on it.
I'm starting to believe that I had this portion blocked off to edit out of the video, and I just didn't edit it out. Because that's a thing that can actually happen.
So we're hoping so.
Oh my God.
Ms. Richards, did you hear we've got two that have been on for quite a while, and one of them's a jailer, Ms. Booth? She's been on for an hour. Yeah.
Mr. Bozy?
Oh, Goldie's gonna do that.
Yeah, we're gonna just.
Okay. 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 All right, but you're gonna talk to Mr. Ricker, who's on Zoom?
Yes.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Yeah. Miss Booth?
Yes.
So scheduling conflict, out of your attorney's office, she's not even working this week. She's on vacation. Somehow they missed that. So we're gonna adjourn you till next Wednesday. So there'll be an attorney to represent you. Understood?
Oh, I thought that was my attorney right there, because she came
No.
and see me and said that she was gonna be seeing me in place of Brianna Hines, because she came and told me that Brianna was on vacation and that she was filling in for her.
Well, let us check on that. Yeah.
Yeah, she came and visited me at the jail and told me that my lawyer was on vacation and she was gonna fill
Okay.
in for her.
We'll double check because she just showed up today and we're throwing a lot of extra bodies at her. So she might have missed that.
Yeah, she came and see me.
She's getting hit with bodies left and right, ladies and gentlemen.
Which case is this, if you don't mind me asking?
Hold on. I had the file. I lost the file. Did, you want the Booth file? It was right here. It was right here. No. Unless Heather grabbed it for some reason. Oh, Heather grabbed it. Go look over there. Heather was just getting ready to adjourn it till next week.
I mean, if it's easier, we could just adjourn it to next week. I'm not trying to.
It was,
complicate anything
you
for
got two different files. Possession of narcotics.
Okay.
One from June 16, 24, one from October 31, 24.
Okay. The October 31st one, that one
Just a minute.
was.
Yes,
Okay.
for Ms. Hines to hand.
All right, we're gonna adjourn this so Ms. Hines can be here next Wednesday to take care of you.
Okay. Well, thank you.
You're welcome.
And
Am I
ladies and
free to
gentlemen,
go
that
then?
is
Sound like something else.
that is exactly how.
Yeah, we'll reach out for next Wednesday morning.
Okay, thank you.
Are we done with the deps?
happens.
Yes, we're done with them now.
If you don't mind, let the deputy know we're done with them.
Absolutely.
Good luck.
Good
Thank
luck.
you.
And this is going to be interesting. Ladies and gentlemen, Judge Webster, Webby, and the Regier are in the house.
We are on the record in 2025 TR 858, State of Kansas versus Justin Todd Bishop. Jared Regier for the state and the defendant, Brett Sweeney for the state. Brett Sweeney for the state, and the defendant appears in person, in custody, and pro se. Mr. Change my screen here.
Today, the part of Jared Regier is actually being played by Mr. Brett Sweeney.
Mr. Bishop, your first appearance was April 18th, 25, in front of Judge Hart. He set your bond at $3,000 because you failed to appear, apparently. You've been unable to make that bond, is that right?
Your Honor, on what case is this, Your Honor?
Well, you're Todd Justin Bishop, right?
Yes, ma'am.
And the charge is 25 TR 858 for driving while suspended after prior conviction and driving without legal registration or tag.
Yes, ma'am. I made bond on that. They gave me a wrong court date and
Oh,
they arrested
well.
me, and then they give me a new summons.
Are you in custody for some other charge though?
Yes, ma'am.
Is that a felony charge you're in custody for?
No, ma'am.
Another misdemeanor?
Yes, ma'am.
And what charge is it? Is it on my docket as well, or do you know?
No, ma'am.
It's on someone else's, or you don't know?
Yes, ma'am. It's on someone else's.
All right. Well, in this case, as Judge would have told you, you are looking at count 1, driving while suspended, a class A misdemeanor. And that carries a sentence up to 1 year and a fine up to $2,500. And count 2 without registration is an unclassified misdemeanor, up to $2,500 in fines and 30 days to 6 months. But usually probation is granted with time to pay. So are you going to have an attorney? You can hire an attorney, apply for court appointed, or waive your rights and represent yourself.
Your Honor, I intended on appearing before you with my license in hand. I've done the legwork with Harper County, Sedgwick County, City of Wichita, and Butler County. My reinstatement fees are $400 plus the SR22 insurance, and I would be able to be able to get my license reinstated with a restricted license. And a series of events have occurred that have kept me from doing that. I'm waiting on bond right now, Your Honor, to be able to get out, and I will continue to do that to obtain my restricted license ASAP for employment. That was my plan, Your Honor, was to appear in front of you today with a restricted license in hand. I'm sorry I wasn't able to do that due to other circumstances.
So are you have an attorney in your other case?
I haven't met with him yet, Your Honor. These things occurred over the last 2 weeks. A domestic dispute with my girlfriend.
Well,
which has inhibited me to be able to get my funds and my money, my property and stuff out of the house. It's just been a kind of a nightmare type thing. But I'll get it worked out.
checking, but quite a few things going on over the years. We're here on 85A, and then you have okay, so you have a in the Butler County one, is that a criminal threat?
Yes, ma'am.
Stalking and violation of protection order.
Yes,
ma'am. There is actually a felony charge in that. It looks like, did you go to court yesterday on that?
Yes, ma'am.
But you didn't apply for an attorney on that?
Yeah, he granted me a public defender. Right. Yes, Your Honor, he did.
Okay, James Watts.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm going to appoint Darren Patterson on this case.
Okay.
And his number is 316-322-7700. And make sure that you contact him. We'll send him a notice of the appointment. Your financial circumstances, have they changed any at all since you were appointed Mr. Watts on the felony?
No, they haven't, Your Honor. I've been incarcerated in the county jail, Your Honor.
All right. So Darren Patterson is your attorney. Your next court date on a control docket for Monday will be October 20th, 2025 at 8 a.m. You'll need to be back here on this charge for this case.
Okay, Your Honor.
And issue a bond. You said you posted your bond.
Yeah, excuse me. I'm sorry, Your Honor. I posted 2 of them. They gave me a wrong court date and I was arrested, had to post that bond, and then I posted another one after that.
Okay. Well, I show that you posted a $1,500 bond through AAA Butler County Bail Bonding March 3rd of 2025.
Yes, ma'am.
And we did have that other date, but we did not find you failing to appear because we understood the bond and we just set it over to today. So you're on bond in this case. If you can take care of your bond in any other case, then you can probably be out. But on this case, you've got your bond, you have your attorney, and you have your court date. Mr. Sweeney, anything further?
No, Your Honor.
Very well, then Mr. Bishop, anything further?
No, Your Honor. Thank you very much.
You're welcome, and you are excused and remanded to the custody of the sheriff. Deputy, do you have anyone else waiting?
I do not. We had a mistake in a name earlier, but we don't have anybody else for you.
All right, well, thank you very much. Appreciate you providing your services to get him here today. We'll be in recess and both the jail and the defendant are excused.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. Any other detention facilities waiting? I see none. All right.
No,
Thank you. Where is Mr. Arambula? Sir, do you want to see, where did he go? Did I lose the interpreter?
He may.
Will now be on the record in, did we not do height? I thought we did.
We have not yet, Your Honor.
Oh, he's the one that didn't have his name on the screen. We're on the record in 2025 TR 1215, State of Kansas versus Quenton Lawrence Height. Brett Sweeney for the state. The defendant appears in person and per se. Mr. Height, count one, you're charged with driving without your license and possession when demanded, an unclassified misdemeanor, a sentence up to 30 days and $500 maximum fines. And count two, driving without registration or tag, an unclassified misdemeanor, up to $2,500 in fines and 30 days to 6 months. You want to, well, how do you want to proceed, sir?
Good morning, Your Honor. My name is Quenton Lawrence Height, the accused in this matter. I'd like to briefly state for the record that I have made good faith efforts to meet with the prosecution prior to today's proceedings. I called the Butler County Attorney's Office twice and had in-person meeting times set up to discuss a dismissal agreement with the intention to obtain and present a valid Kansas driver's license, insurance, and registration on the car involved. Unfortunately, I was rescheduled on both occasions. The most recent meeting was scheduled for yesterday afternoon, but I was informed that Jared Regier had jury duty this week. At 7:55 a.m. this morning, I sent an email proposing a dismissal agreement. I also called the office at 8:19 a.m. to speak with Mr. Jared and his team, but unfortunately, Jared and both Brett Sweeney were unavailable. With that said, I am not sure if Mr. Sweeney was made aware of my meeting attempts, emails, or phone calls this morning by the receptionist in the county attorney's office this morning. Additionally, I do have a meeting set in person for August 7th at 3 p.m. for the discussion of the same matter. Given these circumstances, I request a continuance. I believe with a short amount of additional time, we may be able to resolve this matter efficiently without burdening the court. I'm also available to meet with the prosecution in person over the phone after court today or before 1 p.m. tomorrow. I'm also available to register my car on the same timeline to satisfy the diversion agreement. I respectfully ask the court for a brief continuance so that I may pursue this resolution opportunity directly with the county attorney's office. Thank you, Your Honor, and I yield.
All right, so are you waiving your right to counsel then and representing yourself?
I am presenting myself today.
And you understand that you can hire any attorney, and if you cannot afford to hire an attorney, you can apply for court appointed and see if you qualify?
I do comprehend, yes.
Okay, would you wish to proceed on your own behalf? Is anyone making you give up your right to an attorney?
No one.
All right, well, I'm showing that you have knowingly and voluntarily waived your right to counsel so you can represent yourself. With that, please, in the journal entry and docket notes. Next, have you looked online at the diversion program to see if you are interested in that?
I have not had an opportunity to do so. As I had stated, I was hoping to discuss the terms in person with Mr. Regier, or hopefully this morning, Mr. Sweeney, but they were both unavailable. So at this time, I have not reviewed the terms, no.
Looks like you have some pending cases in about at least 2 other counties. Does that sound right?
I would like to say that those matters are separate. I don't know if that is true or correct.
Well, two of them are in Butler County. It looks like one in Sedgwick. Let me see when the court date is, so we can maybe put them together.
In your honor, I was going to mention that this case has actually already been set on Chief Judge Ricky's docket for another hearing, August 25th at 3 p.m.
May I ask, Destiny, are you talking in regards to the current matter that we were discussing today, the 1215?
Yes, it's regarding this case. It's going to be set with the other case as well, though.
Interesting.
All right.
Okay.
Okay, so is Judge Ricky reassigning these two cases to himself?
He is, your honor.
Okay. Is there a felony case, Mr. Height?
I'm sorry, say again, please.
Well, I was just curious why Judge Ricky would snag two misdemeanors out of the group here. Do you have a felony case pending with Judge Ricky?
Not that I'm aware of, and as of my first hearing on the other aforementioned matter, he said he would not be lumping these two together. So this is of news to me. I was not made aware of this. And I also did state that my preference would be to have them separate, and he agreed as such. So this is interesting to me.
Mr. Sweeney, any information you might be able to have and like to shed on this?
Just kind of hearsay, Your Honor. Mr. Regier, prepping me for today's docket, did talk to me about this case and say that maybe he had a meeting coming up with the defendant, but he did mention that Judge Ricky rather took one of the cases, but my understanding in speaking with Mr. Regier is that the other case was to remain in front of Your Honor. So all of them are misdemeanors, of course, including this one, but my understanding is that he was retaining one of the misdemeanors, but this traffic case was to remain down here. I could be incorrect, but that's what I understood in speaking with him.
And I believe that was what was previously stated. I do have a note as well on this case in the 25 TR 1215 from Judge Ricky's assistant, stating that it's to be moved and set for August 25th at 3 p.m.
Okay.
All right, Mr. Height, I'm not sure what Judge Ricky has in mind, but I trust he does, beyond any doubt. So we're going to move this case to Judge Ricky's docket, August 25th at 2:30.
Okay.
And license and registration. No clue, but I have plenty of cases to object. I'm grateful for any help. Let's see.
I would like to note on the record that it is my preference to keep these separate. Just wanted to make that heard.
That will be noted. Please note that on the record. An unclassified, two unclassified, you don't have to make bond in that case. So I'm going to order that you reappear at the date and time given before Judge Ricky. Did he say whether you wanted that by Zoom or in person? Counsel,
my request would be to be in person, and also I did want to state one more further thing for the record that the judge had during, like I had mentioned earlier, but wanted to make sure the record reflected that he was not planning to put them together. So just making that available. Thank you.
Okay. All right, well, you may go, sir. Choose from these proceedings. Just make sure you reappear at the date and time given.
Okay, and one more time for me, please. The date.
August 25th at 2:30. Didn't you say, Destiny?
I show at 3 p.m., Your Honor, but
Okay.
August 25th nonetheless.
August 25th, 3 p.m. And did he say again in person, or did he specify Zoom or in person?
I show that the other case is set by Zoom, so I would presume that both will be set by Zoom, Your Honor.
Okay, you might call back close to the date and confirm that that's right, sir.
Okay.
If you want a court-appointed attorney, you need to turn in an application for one. Do you want an attorney?
I do not.
Okay. All right. You may go, sir.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you for yours. All right.
Wait. Hold on. Time out. We have a special guest. I just want to say this is the required Colin pause. Ladies and gentlemen, the famous Colin is in the house. And when Colin is here, we must pause for the Colin. Ladies and gentlemen, say yay for Colin. Coolin' for Colin. Love the channel name change, by the way. Love it. I think it's cool. Ladies and gentlemen, everybody say hello, and we're back into it. I think, is this how it goes? Do I know what I'm doing? I actually... I'm sorry, guys. You know, it's a live stream. What are you going to do if you don't have technical difficulty? And back into it.
To issue a bond forfeiture bench warrant, $2,000 cash assured bond.
And Your Honor,
Yes.
Wait. I'm going to back this up just a
it
little.
would just for the record, it would appear that
I messed this up. This is my fault.
Okay. All right. You may go, sir.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you for yours. All right. Going to issue a bond forfeiture bench warrant, $2,000 cash assured bond.
And Your Honor,
Yes.
it would just for the record, it would appear that based off my notes that at the last sitting, May 7th, at which time the defendant appeared, representing herself, the matter was continued for purposes of finalizing diversion. I am showing that a diversion agreement was circulated by my office in the interim, but at this juncture, I am not showing any diversion agreements having actually been filed with the court.
Same here, so those orders stand. On the record in 2024 TR 3006, State of Kansas versus Alisa Raquel Ordinez. Is Jared McGeer for the state? Is Ms. Ordinez here? Yes, she's here in person.
Yes, Your Honor.
Ms. Ordinez, you told me in January you're going to apply for diversion, did you?
Yes, Your Honor, I did.
Were you accepted?
I had called the court in February and they had told me that my diversion was accepted and that I should be receiving next steps in the mail, and I never received any. And then a warrant was put out for my arrest because I failed to appear for a court date on May 7th. But once again, I take full responsibility for that. I did not know that I was supposed to appear in court on May 7th.
Well, I will continue this to see if you can pursue that any further or not. Continue it to, what's my next traffic docket, November 20th?
November 5th, Your Honor.
Continued at defendant's request to November 5th at 9 a.m. Get the diversion or be here, and we need to resolve this at that time.
And Your Honor,
Yes.
for purposes of the record, the state will be objecting to any additional continuances at the next setting. If it comes to that, based off my notes, it does appear that a diversion agreement was circulated by my office approximately 6 months ago in the latter part of January, but I'm not showing that a diversion agreement is on file with the court at this time.
All right, that is noted. Please make sure you know that, Ms. Ordinez. You're excused
Yes.
at this time.
Your Honor, I have a question. What am I supposed to be doing in that time while I'm in order to get this resolved in between now and November 5th?
Call the county attorney's office and ask them because it is their program.
Okay, and what's the phone number for them?
316-321-6999.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. All right, we'll be in recess on Ordinez. We'll now be on the record in Pendergraph 2025 TR 181, State of Kansas versus John Dale Pendergraph Jr. Jared McGeer for the state is the defendant here. defendant fails to appear. Recommendations, counsel.
One moment, Your Honor. Your Honor, the state does acknowledge that pursuant to the information in this case, this is a case that appears to involve two alleged counts, an infraction and an unclassified misdemeanor. However, it is the state's understanding that this matter initially came before the court back in April, at which time the defendant failed to appear. This would appear to be the second consecutive failure to appear. I'm not showing a successful first appearance in this case. Additionally, I am showing an appearance bond in the amount of $1,000 professional surety. It appears to refer to today's date and time, specifically July 30th, 2025 at 9 a.m. With all that being said, the state is seeking a bench warrant bond forfeiture, no bond hold in light of the second consecutive failure to appear based off of the state's records.
That is the recommendation, bond forfeiture, bench warrant, no bond hold.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. We'll now be on the record in case number 2025 TR 270, State of Kansas versus Monho Kumar Richavondran. For the state, the defendant here in person and for say.
Hi everyone. Good morning.
Good afternoon.
Yeah. Good afternoon, ma'am.
So you are charged with operating without a registration or expired tag in count 1 and no insurance in count 2. Do you intend to have an attorney represent you, sir?
No, ma'am. Like I had a hearing before, and it was discussed that I will be getting into a diversion program, and also like I went to the Butler County county jail, and I also gave the photographs and the bond signed.
All right, you did tell me on May 7th you're going to go through booking and processing for the $1,000 OR. Did you do that?
Yes, ma'am. I did that.
All right, you did that, and then you told me you're going to look into diversion. Did you do that?
Yes, ma'am. I did apply for the diversion.
Did they grant it or deny it?
I didn't get the report yet, ma'am, or like it's been like 4 weeks since I applied. I'm not sure, like I didn't get any update yet. Maybe I should be calling the court and checking on the diversion officer and checking on like what would be the case.
So you did apply. You turned in your application.
Yes, I did apply for my application.
And did they send you a contract or tell you that you were denied?
I didn't get the response yet on that.
Your Honor, if I may.
Still waiting on it.
Go ahead, Mr. Okay, let's see what Mr. Overgear has.
Your Honor, it would appear that between today's hearing and the previous hearing, a diversion application was received and approved by my office. I am showing that a diversion agreement was circulated by my office approximately 3 weeks prior. However, it does not appear a diversion agreement is on file with the court at this time.
All right, Mr. Richavondran, what you need to do is call the county attorney's office and see where that application is, or that contract is. Their number, are you ready for it? You have their number?
Yes. I'm sorry?
You have the county attorney's number, or would you like me to give it to you?
Can you please call it out?
I'm sorry, I didn't understand what you said.
Ma'am, can you please call out the number? I don't have it. Can you please call out the
All
number?
right, it's 316 321 6999.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
You're welcome, and we'll continue this at your request to, let's see. What date are we going to? November?
November 5th, Your Honor, yes.
November 5?
5, yes.
November 5th at 9, but if you're diverted, you won't have to be here.
I have to be there, you're saying?
If you're diverted, if you've signed your contract and sent it back in, you will not need to be here.
All right, ma'am. And ma'am, I also have something additional to share with the court. Can you go
Okay.
ahead?
Go ahead.
The last discussion when we had, like on the last court hearing, I was informing you, I was informing the court like I would be doing an international travel, and since my parents are not good, I have to be there back in India, and I'm an immigration student. So I came back to India right after signing my over. Then like I had the case what I had was like no insurance coverage and no registration tag on my car. Later, like I was able to get back onto my insurance, but my car was there back in US, and it was in San Antonio. My friend was driving, and he met with an accident, and the car is total right now. So I don't know like whether I could be discussing the scenario with the diversion officer and asking what could be done, or like would this be the best place to discuss on that?
Go to the diversion, if you would, that because I don't have any say on what to do about it, other than to take it off the docket if you're granted. So call the county attorney's diversion officer about that.
Uh-huh. Yes,
All
ma'am.
right.
Sure, ma'am. I'll do that. I'll work it out. Work it out with them.
All right. If there's nothing further, we'll be in recess, and you are excused, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. I appreciate that. Thanks for the time.
We'll now be on the record in 24 TR 2745, State of Kansas versus Charles Levon Reed. Jared Revere for the state. Mr. Reed, are you here?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Mr. Reed, you're charged with 76 and a 65, but infraction with only a fine. And count 2, a registration. That's unclassified and carries a fine of up to 2,500 possible, although it's usually more around 50. It also has a sentence of 30 days to 6 months, but probation is usually granted. Are you going to be wanting an attorney today, sir?
With that, ma'am, so I'm gonna be honest with you. I was at court for this in April, and I elected to do the diversion. And I'm not gonna. I won't lie. I got 5 kids. I just forgot about it. The police were kind enough to pick me up and take me to timeout. And so, can I apply for? I'll apply today for it.
I will continue this at your request to October. Is it October 8th? November 5th.
Yes, Your Honor.
November 5th at 9 a.m.
And so, do I go to I wrote it down, the buco.com, and then call that number, the 321-999?
If you have any problems or if they don't respond, yes.
Okay. Do you know if they would likely apply for that? I have a pretty decent driving record, so I didn't know if.
I hadn't looked at yours to see if you might, but I can sure do that. Again, I'm not up on what their latest requirements are, but well, then my computer's tired. It's kind of finicky over lunch hour.
I just didn't know if calling them would be, if I was gonna get a no or not. Like since I got picked up already for it, I didn't know how they operated.
Well, I can't get my computer to work, so I don't know. It's going to be a bit of a problem trying to hop through the rest of this docket. Just check with them. I couldn't tell you. And they close between 12 and 1, I think, too.
Okay. Well, thank you so much, Your Honor.
Your Honor.
Yes, Mr. McGear.
If the court is going to continue this matter out to November, the state will be objecting to any additional continuances. It would appear, based off my records, that this matter first came before the court back in January, where the defendant made similar statements on the record, and the matter was set over to May, at which time the defendant failed to appear. Additionally, in reviewing the ticket in this case, if the court is continuing this out to November, we will, in the interim, pass the 1-year anniversary of this case. So the state will be objecting to any additional continuances.
Can I address that? I was on the Zoom call. I was the very last person that was on the Zoom call. And that was the only Zoom call I've ever been on. One time where I asked for a diversion. One singular time.
All right, well, in any event, you've had enough time between the last hearing and today and then the next hearing that if you want diversion, you need to get it taken care of before that next court date.
Yes, Your Honor. I'll call right now. But I just wanted to clarify that. I've only been on here one at a time.
Well, if I could get my computer going again, I could tell you exactly how many times you've been here, but I can't, so.
And just for your knowledge, I never got an email about the Zoom IDs or anything. I even called to verify my email with y'all, and it's the right one.
You should do it if you don't get a call. Good. Yeah, they usually email them, and if they don't have an address, they don't. Sometimes they just can't send them in time. But let's see.
Your Honor, I can speak on that matter a little bit as well. I know he did call and check his email with us to verify it was correct. I show that we sent them and I didn't get anything back as undeliverable, but sometimes the email does go in through the spam or junk mail, not through the direct inbox.
Correct. It was in my spam phone. I wasn't saying that you weren't doing it. I'm just saying I never got it.
All right. Well, Mr. Reed, I'm going to let you go at this time. And if you don't hear from the person you need to next time, be sure and call them until you get through.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
You're welcome. Did you get your picture and prints taken?
I did.
Okay, you may go, sir. I'll continue the bond.
Thank you, ma'am.
You're welcome. Okay, we're on the record as Shaun Smith, case number 2025 TR 982, State of Kansas versus Shaun Stephen Smith. Jared Regier for the state, Shaun Smith, in person and pro se. Sir, in count one, you're charged with driving without a license, an unclassified misdemeanor. No, this is the other one. This is 235. Let me double check which charge you have. In count one, you're charged with driving without a license, no valid license. And that is a B misdemeanor. The penalties are up to $1,000 fine and up to 6 months possible jail sentence. In count two, driving without the tag assigned is an unclassified misdemeanor. Penalties could be up to $2,500 fine. And $2,500 fine and 6 months in jail. Do you intend to have an attorney, sir? You need to unmute, please. You need to unmute Shaun Smith and answer my question, please. Okay, can you hear me? Shaun Smith, can you hear me? I can't hear you, Mr. Smith. Are you using? There you go. Are you intending to have an attorney?
Yeah, I'm kind of muted.
I can hear you there. Leave it. Okay, leave it there.
There we go. Right.
Are you going to have an attorney?
Yeah, like, a court appointed. I do have my,
Your driver's license?
I'm actually getting that on, I was supposed to get it last week, but I didn't have the whole 200. I have to have $200 for reinstatement fee. And, so, I mean, I can get it this week.
All right. So what are you looking for? Diversion or something else?
I wasn't worried about a diversion.
What are you wanting to do? Are you wanting an attorney to represent you, or do you want to try to negotiate this on your own? What's your thought?
I can just do it on my own.
Well, if you can get the county attorney to talk to you, you can.
Okay.
Well, so you're freely and voluntarily waiving your right to counsel?
Yeah. Yeah, I think I got my tag. The vehicle's tagged and correct now, so I've had it tagged correct.
All right, so you're just trying to get your driver's license, but you don't want to apply for attorney, or you do?
Um, okay, yeah, I'll go ahead and get one.
All right,
I'll
are
go
you
ahead.
employed? Are you employed at this time?
Yeah,
Where do you work?
Hot Rod Garage,
Where's that located? Is that Wichita?
Augusta.
It's called what?
Hot Rod Garage.
Is
Hey,
that
Joe.
Kennedy's? Is that Kennedy's garage?
Yeah, yep.
All right, down there on State?
No, it's actually we're about 2 miles west of Augusta.
Okay. What do you get paid per month for that?
I get about 350 to 400 a week.
And how much do you pay in rent or mortgage for your home?
750.
And do you pay utilities on top of that?
Yeah,
How much are they?
about 120. So, and I don't make a whole lot.
Do you have any children that you legally support?
No, they're all grown up.
Okay, are you married?
No. Well, I'm married. Yes, sorry. I'm married, but I'm not with my wife. We've been separated for about 4 years.
Do you pay anything besides your rent and utilities each month?
No. Well, I pay my fines.
How much is that?
$50 a month.
Is that on another case?
Yeah.
All right, well, you meet the guidelines, so I will appoint Attorney Darren Patterson.
Okay.
His number is 316-322-7700.
Okay.
And your next court date will be on a Monday, October 27. That's 10/27 at 8 a.m. by Zoom. Different codes, so make sure you get those from Mr. Patterson.
Okay. All right.
If there's nothing further, Mr. Regier.
Your Honor, there are two final points.
Go ahead.
Your Honor, this is defendant who appears pursuant to a summons based off the state's record. It would appear that summons specifically refers to today's date and time. And I would note that count 1 does appear to be charged as a Class B misdemeanor.
You do need to get your picture and prints taken, sir. I'll give you a $2,500 OR bond. But you won't have to put that money up unless you fail to come to court at a future day. So please go in the breakout room with the officer if you would.
Okay.
All right, thank you. Missy, would you please put him in the breakout?
How do I do that? Oh, okay.
Buckle up, kiddos. This is gonna be good.
All right, next matter is State of Michigan versus Stanley Huffman. It's file 24-42897-SD, set for a probation arraignment. We have Mr. Huffman with us.
If you need to change the volume, there's volume buttons right there, kind of like on an iPhone.
All right, do we have Mr. Huffman from the Alpena County Jail? Sir, can I have you tell me your name, please?
Me?
Yes.
Michael Thompson, sir.
All right. Let me find that file. All right, this is the matter of the state of Michigan versus Michael Thompson. It's file 23-42173-SD. It was originally set for a bench warrant arraignment. Mr. Thompson, I know it's not your fault, but we had you down as failing to appear because we called your case earlier. So I'm going to undo the notes that I have for that. And it indicates that you appeared late from jail. All right. The allegation against you is that there was a second technical violation in that you failed to call the drug line and testing as required, failed to complete work camp days, and failed to complete a 500-word essay. There's also a non-technical violation noted that you absconded from probation. Absconded means that you were intentionally failed to report to your supervisor for a continuous period of not less than 60 days. The note to me is that you had a previous probation violation back in January of this year. Your probation was extended for 30 days and you did an additional work camp day. And the recommendation in this case is that they just discharge you from probation unsuccessfully, that you serve 30 days in jail. Ms. Hill, there's an additional note that says with CTS. What does that mean, please?
Credit for time served.
Credit for time served. Thank you very much. All right. So the recommendation is that you serve 30 days with whatever credit you have for time served at the jail right now. Do you understand the allegations made against you?
Yes, Your Honor.
You understand the recommendation?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. You have certain rights right now. I want to make sure that you understand those. You have the right to have a contested hearing. That would be a hearing in front of me as the judge. You do not have the right to have a jury trial. At that hearing, you'd have the right to see, hear, and question the witnesses against you. You'd have the right to present witnesses and evidence on your own behalf. You'd have the right to have a court order subpoena for witnesses to appear and testify. You could present your own testimony, or you could remain silent, and that silence would not be used against you. You have the right to be presumed innocent until proven guilty. It would not be beyond a reasonable doubt as in a criminal case, but it would be by a preponderance of the evidence in a probation violation case. And you'd have the right to appeal any action that you thought was in error. Do you understand those rights?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you have any questions about any of those rights?
No, sir.
All right. Do you wish to have an attorney represent you in this matter, or do you want to proceed on your own?
We can proceed.
All right. How do you wish to proceed then? Do you wish to have a contested hearing, or do you wish to make an admission of what you did?
I would like to make an admission. My life got really messed up there for a little bit, and I kind of just let everything go. And
all right, well, let me do this. Hang on for just a second. I'm going to put you under oath so that you can tell me in a little more detail what you want me to hear. So if you raise your right hand, please. You swear the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir.
All right, put your hand down, please. Has anybody promised you anything in any way to get you to plead or make this admission?
No, sir.
Has anybody threatened you in any way to get you to make this admission?
No, sir.
Are you doing this of your own free choice and free will?
Yes, sir.
Do you need any additional time to talk to an attorney about what it is that you want to do today?
No, sir.
All right. Go ahead and tell me what it is and why it is that you failed to do what you were required to do on your probation.
It's not a good excuse me. It's not a good reason. My life kind of fell apart and I let everything go. I had a long-term relationship end, and It was not good. I started doing things I shouldn't have been doing, drinking, and it kind of ruining my life, and getting
Now
back
you're
on the
paying
right
to fight.
track is what I'm after. I'm in here right now.
How long are you in jail for in Alpena?
It's Antrim County, sir.
I'm sorry, Antrim County.
It's 10 days, and I would ask the court if I could be sentenced to 10 days for Otsego as well, so that I can get out, and because I will still be on probation here. And
All right. When was the last time that you reported to the probation here in Otsego County?
Your Honor, we had to ask Miss Hall. I can't remember. Or Miss Hill.
Been quite a while.
I haven't heard from him since, looks like January of this year.
That sound accurate?
Yes, sir.
All right. And is it also accurate that during that period of time that you didn't call the drug line and test as you were required to?
Since that time, yes, I did.
And you also, okay, right. But since then, right?
Yes, sir.
So since January, is it fair to say that you also failed to complete your work camp days?
Yes, the remainder 2 days, I believe.
All right. And you failed to complete the 500-word essay?
I do have that done. I just don't think I got it to you.
Well, that doesn't do a whole lot of good, does it?
Yes, sir. I understand.
All right. So tell me why you think I should limit myself to 10 days if you blew me off for 6 months. I mean, I understand why you're asking 10 days because you want to get out.
I'm sorry, what?
I understand why you're asking for 10 days because you know you're in for 10 days already and you want to get out.
Yeah.
But why, if that were not true, why would I limit myself to 10 days if you blew me off for 6 months?
That's a tough question, Your Honor, and I understand where you're coming from. I will still be on probation for a year here. So it's not like I'm just going to be walking.
And what are you in for in Antrim County right now?
It was larceny by conversion because for my business, it's all stemming from the same time frame. I didn't get a customer or down payment back in time. So I went to court the other day and I had the cash with me. I reimbursed her, gave her money back, and I got 10 days for it. I got 7 puppies at my house right now. And I got somebody to watch them for this 10 days, but I don't know after that. I've been in a lot of trouble before. I'm trying to get my life was going good there for a while, and then I fell off the tracks when I lost everything.
Well, I'm going to say this, Mr. Thompson. You appear to me to have a start towards doing things the right way. Your attitude with me right now is good. You appear to me to be humbling yourself and not trying to put on the best foot forward kind of thing, which is exactly what you should be doing. So I want to tell you that I appreciate that. However, I can't just make my decisions based on what I see in court and what you've done for the last 6 months. I have to weigh that and say, what is that worth? And what you've done over the last 6 months is basically thumb your nose at the court. That isn't what you're trying to do today. And I understand that. but I can't just make decisions on what 1 day's worth of Mr. Thompson is. I have to make it on what was the last 6 months like. So I am going to.
Can I ask something before you sentence me real quick?
Go ahead.
Could I do the 10 days right now and then maybe like weekends to clear up the rest of my time? That way everything that I do have doesn't just fall apart. And then you know where I live, so you could pick me up if I didn't show up, which I will.
I appreciate the asking, but here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to cut in half what the recommendation is. So it's going to be 15 days. So you'll have 5 more days to do. Okay. I want you to understand that there's a penalty to pay. So your attitude today is the reason that I am reducing it. If you'd have come into court and just said, I don't care, do whatever you're going to do, I'd have just given you 30 days. But your attitude today, because I see something in you that gives me hope that you are going to turn over a new leaf. But I have to say, the last 6 months has been thumbing your nose at the court. So here's where I settle at. 15 days, credit for 10 days served. You serve an additional 5 days. They'll probably have to transport you from Antrim County to Otsego County. And once you complete that 5 days, you'll be out. So you got to come up with somebody to assist you at your home for the next 5 additional days.
Okay.
But then we're gonna unsuccessfully discharge you from our probation, so you only have 1 hanging over your head.
Yes, sir.
So that's all I'm gonna do today, sir. So, sir, I want to make sure that you understand, though, that this being on the straight and narrow, doing the right thing, that's got to be an everyday kind of thing. That's what's required of you. I know you understand that, and I think that you're on the right path today. Let's keep that up. All right.
Yes, sir. I got one more question, if I may.
Go right ahead.
I got, during this time that I absconded from probation, I had to bond out of jail twice. Do those days count towards my time served? Because technically I was in jail under the warrant for you.
All right, Ms. Hill, do you have those days in your records?
I do not, Your Honor. That would be up to the jail. They keep that record.
And then the other question for me would be, I just paid a $500 bond maybe a few weeks ago for Otsego County. Does that come back to me?
You have to contact the court.
Yeah, if there are any fines and costs outstanding, it would be credited against the fines and costs. If there are no fines and costs outstanding, less the administrative fee, that would be returned to you.
Yes, sir. So how do I go about getting the jail to show you the days that I was here?
Actually, once you get to the Otsego County Jail, they will run that themselves and they will notify me if there's additional credit days. And then you'll be released with that. So if you've got 5 days jail already in the bank, so to speak, you may end up being released immediately. But I'm giving you 15 days. I'm giving you credit for the 10 that you're doing in Antrim County. And then the jail will have to come up with whether or not you were in jail there on this charge already.
I was in jail in Antrim County. It wasn't Otsego County, so.
You'd have to be on bond for this charge.
Yes, sir. It would be for that.
Then you'll have to talk to the jail about that once you get here. And if you feel that they're not accurate, you have the right to write to me, and I'll do an immediate hearing on that once you're here.
Yes, sir. Is that through the mail, or how would I go about writing you?
Yeah, you just give it to the jail, and the jail will forward it to me.
Okay. Yes, sir.
And if you have any questions, you can still contact Ms. Hill, and they'll let you have a phone call from the jail to your probation officer.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right. All right. That's all for today then. Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir. Thanks.
Mr. Dick, you're here on the Sierra O'Neill matter?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, we will recall that matter. There's two of those. All right. This is the state of Michigan versus Sierra O'Neill, file 24-42544-SM. We also have a companion case, Sierra O'Neill, 24-43094-SM, both set for probation violation. I do see that Ms. O'Neill is present with us. Mr. Dick, her attorney, is present in court today. Ms. O'Neill, go ahead and have a seat, Mr. Dick. There's no reason unless you're more comfortable standing up. Ms. O'Neill, I want to make sure that you understand the allegations made against you. If you need some time to speak with your attorney, I can excuse him from the courtroom. He can call you on the phone if he needs to do that. The first allegation in the file 42544 is that you failed to complete conditions of probation before your term of probation. You failed to call the testing line and get tested on multiple dates. You failed to pay fines and costs. You failed to send proof of counseling and complete all work camp days. And we previously extended your probation to do all those things back in April. And the recommendation is that you serve 5 days in jail and be discharged unsuccessfully with fines and costs preserved. There's a similar allegation in file number 43094 in that you failed to complete conditions of probation before your term of probation. You failed to call the testing line and get tested on multiple dates, failed to pay fines and costs, failed to send proof of counseling and complete all work camp days. And again, the same recommendation. Ms. Hill, are these to be concurrent? That is run together. So there's 5 days in total on both charges?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, that's what I thought, but I just want to check, make sure. Ms. O'Neill, do you understand the allegations that have been made against you in both of these probation files?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you understand the recommendation for 5 days in jail and unsuccessful discharge with fines and costs preserved?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Mr. Dick, how does your client wish to proceed today?
Your Honor, today she would like to enter a plea of guilty to the allegations.
All right. Ms. O'Neill, is that what you want to do?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Right now you have certain rights, and I want to make sure that you understand those rights before you go any further. So let me tell you what they are. You have the right to have a contested hearing. At a contested hearing, you'd be represented by an attorney, and you'd have the right to see, hear, and question all the witnesses against you. You'd have the right to be presumed innocent until proven guilty by a preponderance of the evidence. You'd have the right to see, hear, and question the witnesses against you. You have the right to present your own testimony and get an order from the court called a subpoena to require those witnesses to appear and testify. You could also testify, or you could remain silent, and that silence would not be used against you. And you'd also have an automatic right to appeal. Do you understand all of those rights?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you have any questions about any of those rights?
No, sir.
Do you need any time to speak with your attorney about any of those rights?
No, sir.
All right. Knowing all of those rights, is it still your intention to admit responsibility for these probation violations?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Can I have you raise your right hand so I can swear you in and take some testimony? Do you swear the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. You can put your hand down. Has anybody promised you anything in order to get you to plead today?
No, Your Honor.
Has anybody threatened you in any way in order to get you to plead today?
No, sir.
Are you doing this of your own free choice and free will?
Yes, sir.
All right. Is it true in both of these files that you were on probation to this court?
Yes, Your Honor.
And is it true that as to both of these files that you failed to call the testing line to get tested on multiple dates?
Yes, Your Honor.
Is it true as to both of these files that you failed to pay your fines and costs on time?
Yes, sir.
Is it true as to both of these files that you failed to send proof of counseling and complete all your work camp days?
Yes, sir.
And is it also true that your probation was previously extended for 30 days on April 16th of 2025 in order to allow you to complete those things?
Yes, sir.
All right. I will accept your plea. I do find it was knowingly, intelligently, and voluntarily given, and it meets the requirements of the probation violation. You wish to offer an explanation as to those things?
I can do that, sir. I was without power for like 4 months. That was part of why calling in was an issue, because I don't have service at my house. So with no Wi-Fi, that was causing me issues. And I have had car problems on and off as well. I've got a lot going on in life with the my house and my kids, and it just got overwhelming, and I was trying my best to stay in touch with Natasha, and it just boiled down to a lot going on, and I accept my own wrongdoings and failures. So I just want to proceed forward and get it all done and over with and in my past so I can handle my other things in life.
All right. Counsel, is there any comments that you wish to make elocution on her behalf?
Yes, Your Honor. Ms. O'Neill, she is struggling with some financial difficulties. She has, as she mentioned, many things going on in life because of those financial difficulties. She is scheduled to have her children this weekend. They come from downstate by Metro Detroit. If the court is inclined to give her the 5 days in jail, we would ask that she could have a few days to set things up with her children, perhaps after the weekend. And she also has a part-time job that she would like to be able to give the lady a few days notice so that she doesn't lose that employment. If the court would be so willing, we would ask that she could, if the court requires 5 days, that she could turn herself in on Wednesday this next week.
August 6th?
Yes, sir.
All right.
I believe that's it.
Ms. O'Neill, is there anything else that you want me to know other than what your attorney has said?
No, Your Honor.
All right, I will grant what your attorney has asked for. I believe those are reasonable things, and I don't want this to interfere with your kids, and I think it is appropriate for you to give some notice to your employer. I think that you're not asking for yourself there, you're asking for somebody else, and I appreciate the thought that went into that. So that tells me that you're trying to do the right thing. On the other hand, I also have to take into account that you've not done the right thing for a very long time towards the probation. You've not done what you're required to do. We gave you some grace and some time to complete those things, and you simply didn't. I understand that life gets hard, and I understand that there are circumstances that make doing what you're required to do difficult. But I think that you would say to your kids as a mom that the lesson is learn how to get things done even when they are difficult. You're not going to let your kids off when you tell them to do something, and then you give them an extra chance to do something, and they still don't do what you tell them to do. They still have to have the consequences. So I think that's what I'm doing here. I think the recommendation of 5 days for both of these cases is on the overall on the light side. So I think that that's appropriate. This could have been a second technical violation, although we simply extended your probation last time. So it's within the guidelines for what a first technical violation is. But it could have been up to 10 days this time if we had given you a technical violation last time. So we've given you grace. It hasn't worked out. So I'm simply going to give you the 5 days, but I will say that you do not need to appear until Wednesday, August the 6th at 6 p.m. at the Otsego County Jail.
Okay.
So it's going to be 5 days. Appear at the jail on August the 6th at 6 p.m.
Okay, Your Honor. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
That's all for today then. We'll give these documents or get these documents out to your attorney and he can forward them to you.
Okay. I appreciate it, Your Honor. Thank you.
Good luck, ma'am.
Thank you.
Seven. Miss Kona is my client. She is on Zoom.
Let me find that file. We call the matter of State of Michigan versus Mary Kona. It's file 25-43856-SM set for a status conference. Ms. Kona is present with us via Zoom. Mr. Dick is in the courtroom. Do we have a resolution of this matter?
Not today, Your Honor. I So I have had a little difficulty coordinating calls with the prosecutor's office to discuss this, but I have a potential offer resolution to this matter, and I think they may be open to it. I am walking over there in person after I leave court this morning.
Okay.
I know both of them had recently taken vacations, and their workload was a little heavier. So.
All right. So how long do you think you need to try to resolve this?
Not more than a couple weeks. I should have a resolution at least on paper today. If it's not fully settled, then a couple weeks.
All right. What's our next available date?
Your Honor.
Excuse
Your
me.
Honor.
I'm sorry,
Excuse
Mr.
me. This is Mary Kona. May I have an opportunity to speak?
In just a minute,
Okay.
Mr. Brunton, what do you need?
I'm the victim in the case of the Mary Kona.
All right.
Okay. I'm not 100% sure what's going on. I haven't been able to speak with my mother in almost a month now, but I am pleading with the court to please drop whatever I'm sure there's a no contact order in place. This is her place of residence. I am her full-time caretaker. I've been that for 11 years. And as far as I know, she's been without her meds for almost a month now. I don't know where she's at or what she's doing, but I'm sure she's freaking out.
Okay.
So all I'm asking, I'm pleading with the court. All I'm asking for is just drop the no contact order. I'm the victim in it. I'm okay with her coming back home. This is her home too. If we have to adjourn it to a different date, figure out her court date, that's fine. But please let her come back home. This is, I can only imagine where she's at right now. I mean, she was just there. I don't know. That's my mother. Please let her come back home.
All right. I've heard you. Thank you. When's our next court date available?
August 29th.
That's a whole month away.
With that in mind, Your Honor, may I?
Go ahead.
So there were some things I was going to be discussing with the prosecutor, because of course the prosecutor is the one who has the decision of whether or not to oppose bond modification. But with the victim here, Mr. Brunton, he did just disclose the circumstances, being the caregiver of my client for the past 11 years. I was unaware that she has been completely without meds for almost a month. So that is additional information that it should play a factor here. I think
She should have been at least given a police escort to come get some of that.
Mr.
Sorry,
Brunton.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
You gotta let it. Yeah, we got to do things in
I
order.
apologize. I apologize
you.
to the court. I'm
Attorney's
sorry.
time. All right.
I apologize.
Go ahead.
I think if the court would be willing and the prosecution would agree to it, it may be in the best interest to perhaps remove that no contact order, allow her to return home with the understanding that he is her caregiver, and the understanding that if something else happens, she may be taken back into custody. But this was an instance where Miss Kona actually called the police during this incident. So she was the one who asked them to respond.
That's
Mr.
not
Brunton-
true.
Oh, did I get that wrong? I'm sorry.
Yes, I'm the one that called the police.
My apologies. I'm going to pull that up. I retract my statement there, Your Honor. Okay. I do have a letter from Ms. Kona's doctor explaining some of the circumstances, one of the things that she does in fact have a traumatic brain injury that she's been under that doctor's care for some time. This injury occurred about 10 years ago. So I'm guessing that was about consistent with the time that Mr. Brunton began taking care of her, being her caregiver. You know, I would ask that the court, like I said, remove the no contact order, allow her to go home, or I don't really know that there's much of an alternative means of dealing with this, just because she does need to have her medication. And if she has a caregiver, there's likely a reason that he's been her caregiver for this period of time. Of course, it's ultimately up to the court to decide, but that's my ask.
All right. Ms. Kona, was there something that you wanted to say specifically?
Yes, and I didn't realize Mr. Brunton, my son, was going to be here. But that was basically what I was going to request as well, because I have been living everywhere and anywhere that I can just find to stay. And I have been making, this is the first incident I have ever had since my accident. And I have made such great progress, and I'm concerned for my well-being, my safety, and the fact that I may start regressing as far as all of my treatments are concerned, because my caretaker is 24/7, specifically for the brain injury, but he provides me with different types of therapy, daily physical therapy, vision therapy, and he makes my meals. I've lost 10 pounds since I have not been able to come home. I saw my doctor last week. I have a new diagnosis of a gastric reflux situation. I'm not able to keep the food down. I receive the medication through the mail from my Blue Cross Blue Shield, and I'm assuming it's there. They're very quick about doing that. But I also need to start a new medication. So I really we've never had any incidences in all these years. You know, I'm not going to justify the situation because I have problems. I just can't do that. That's not who I am. But I do need to be in a safer environment. I do need to have my medications, and I do need to have my care continued. And that's really all I wanted to say. I just want to thank you for giving me the time to listen to me. That's all.
Where are you living? Where are you living now, or who are you living with now?
I am not living with anyone specific. When I was released from jail, I walked around for quite a while, and I ended up at a Comfort Inn, which was $200 a night. We had a lot of damage to our home from the ice storm, so I had taken out a loan to get work done. So I've been using the money from the home repair loan to sleep on people's couches, to eat. I'm not eating anywhere. I'm sleeping on floors and couches, and I'm paying people, acquaintances that I've met over the 7 years since I've lived in Gaylord. And, you know, they don't want me there. They don't want me there. And so at this point in time, I was getting ready to buy a tent and try to stay at a park, like a state park or county park, which it isn't ideal for me. But that if I can't go home, that's going to be my next step. I can't continue to stay in the various places I've been staying. I just can't. It's not conducive at all for my situation.
Mr. Fortier, from the prosecutor's perspective, what are your thoughts?
Judge, I mean, I understand the trouble and the difficulties, but with this being, charged as a domestic violence, I can't agree. If the court wants to lift the no contact order, I certainly understand, but at this point, I wouldn't be okay with stipulating to that.
Okay.
Your Honor, I do have a copy of this letter on my computer that I can show the court from her doctor, but I have not yet sent it to Mr. Fortier.
Feel free to read it to me if you wish.
Sure. So this is from Munson Healthcare, signed by Tabitha C. Pardo, a nurse practitioner, to whom it was dated July 22nd of this year. To whom it may concern, Mary is currently under my care and was evaluated in my office today. She has a history of traumatic brain injury that occurred 10 years ago. She has difficulty completing activities of daily living and she has difficulty staying on task. Due to her traumatic brain injury, she continues to have intermittent periods of impulsive behaviors. If you have any questions in regards to Mary, please feel free to reach out to me.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. I've reviewed the affidavit of probable cause, which causes me some concerns of the level of violence between Mary and her son Cole, who is her caregiver. I reviewed the criminal history. There is some, but it does not appear to be extensive. It does not appear to be overly violent. I've not heard any allegations of other than traumatic brain injury, ongoing mental health issues of paranoia or hallucinations. The probable cause affidavit indicated that Mary believed that her son was pouring tiki lighter fluid throughout the house, and that she then punched him in the nose a number of times and made an allegation that he was going to sexually assault her. Whether true or not, those are the allegations that were made. I understand the difficulties she's having. I do not know of any inability of Cole Brunton to provide her with her medications and money so that she may have a proper place to stay. But the no contact provision is going to remain in place because of the allegations in this case. I understand the parties don't want that, but these matters need to be resolved. If I am presented with something from a mental health specialist that indicates that Mary is not making false allegations, and she understands the difficulty that she caused in this case, I may reconsider that. But right now, I have a straight out domestic violence case where Mr. Brunton was injured, had to call the police as a result of it. And the upshot of it is that she hit him in the nose 3 or 4 different times and it's on videotape. Mr. Brunton can certainly take care of his care duties by providing for her financially and asking someone else to administer the medications. She can certainly go to the doctor. Mr. Brunton, this is not your opportunity to talk.
I stopped myself. I stopped myself.
You telling me that you're stopping yourself is interrupting me. So just sit there and be quiet for a minute, and then I'll give you an opportunity in just a minute to tell me what you need to tell me. But at the moment, it appears to me that he can provide for her needs, just not himself personally. If he has access to her medications, those medications can be given to her. If she needs to have some sort of therapy, she can go to her doctor, or she can go to physical therapy at some other place. He can hire somebody to take care of her. All of those things are available to him now, and I don't see any reason why they can't be done, and also honor the no contact provision until the matter is resolved. So I'm going to need to see more than I've got today in order to change the bond conditions. Mr. Brunton, is there anything else that you need to say today, sir?
Well, it's not anything that I need to say. I just have a few questions. If the no contact order stays in place and I can't have direct or indirect contact with her, how do I get these meds to her and with a certified person being able to distribute them?
Sir, the no contact provision is for her to have contact with you. It doesn't prevent you from putting into place things around her that assist her. There has to be a third party that you can drop money off at that she can pick it up at.
Is that not indirect contact?
That's the order is for you, is for her to not have contact with you. It doesn't prevent you from doing things for her. You just can't do it in her presence.
So just to clarify, we can have third party contact. We can have somebody come and drop stuff off, third party contact.
Sir, you can have contact with the prosecutor's office. They can advise you as a victim as to what your rights are. You can hire your own attorney, but as a judge, I can't give you legal advice. I'm simply telling you what the law allows. The no contact provision is against Mary Kona. It is not against you. If you wish to provide her with services and with finances, I see no reason why you can't do that. On the other hand, I'm not here to tell you what to do. If you have questions, talk with the prosecutor.
Thank you, Your Honor.
That's all for today. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Well, that one was a little bit heavy, so I thought we'd end the show a little bit more lighthearted with Judge Rossi. Because, man, he can be funny sometimes.
Ms. Kucznicki, can you please turn your camera on and unmute?
Yes, my apologies. I was actually just on the phone with the court clerk trying to figure out why it was taking a while. So all good now. Sorry.
Okay, we are here in the case of Nelma Mrdanovic versus Kendra Kucznicki, case number 24-03073PH. This hearing is being recorded on Zoom and live streamed on YouTube.
And this matter comes before the court at this time. It looks like this is on the motion to modify or terminate the order. It was requested by Attorney Josh Kuiper. Is Mr. Kuiper still representing you, Ms. Kucznicki?
He was never my attorney. I believe he was Alma's attorney.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he was my attorney, but no, he's not representing me.
And he's not on the case anymore. Okay.
No.
All right. Okay. So you just filed this yourself. I got it. And the protective order was dated here. Well, I guess I filed allowed well, this was not me, this was Judge McNabb, extended the order last on March 29th of 2025. It looks to me, Ms. Kucznicki, like you filed this motion to modify the order, asking me to modify it. Looks like perhaps on June the 16th of 2025. I think there's only a 2-week period. Let me double check that you can file to do that. So it is late. Why should I consider it late, Ms. Kuchnicki?
Yes, Your Honor, I do understand. I did consult with my attorney, Christina Nunzio, about this, and she did advise that I did still file it anyway because I was not notified of the PPO extension at all. I was homeless up until May of this year, and whatever paperwork was sent, I don't even know if there was a hearing. I don't know. Alma mentioned that I had missed 3 court dates. I can only recall missing 2. I believe there was a hearing, but I was never properly notified of this hearing. I went and filed the extension, not the extension, the
objection.
rebuttal, yes, as soon as I found out about the order. The way I found out, it's a very complicated case. I was living with my father in December. I don't want to get too much into my personal life, but something happened between him and I regarding our relationship, and he falsely accused me of something, and there actually ended up being a legal personal protection order set in place. I was to have no contact with that address. So that is the address that I use for mailing purposes. I believe that is where I got the letter saying, okay, the PPO was extended when he was able to contact me again. And when he gave it to me, it was the end of May, beginning of June. When I finally got that paperwork, I had no idea that the PPO was extended. I talked to my dad. That case entirely got dismissed. There was no convictions of anything. The case got dismissed.
Okay, and my next question here for you is you state that what you're looking to do here is enlist in the Air Force, and that you can't do so because the PPO limits your possession of firearms, and you'd like me to modify it to say except for military duties. Is that correct?
Correct. I ultimately wanted to file something to completely terminate the order because and there actually is a lawsuit in process for defamation. This PPO does not need to be in place.
Okay, but I mean, it's really too late to object to the totality of the PPO right now. I guess, why don't you tell me where you stand with the idea of enlisting in the Air Force?
I was in the Marines 9 years ago, and I was medically discharged, and they told me that I could re-enlist after 2 years. I got pregnant after 2 years, so there's kind of been a
gap of time.
Yeah,
but
so
you still think the Air Force might take you, but you're worried about this PPO disqualifying you.
yes, I already talked to a recruiter. I can go sign for the Army right now today. They're not so caring about it. The Air Force is a little different. I want to do cyber intel, and that's why I want to go in the Air Force with my little brother. And they're a little bit more strict with who they're allowing to come in because they already met their quotas for the year. So they're being every single little thing. So my recruiter told me that was going to be an issue, just that little portion on the PPO. And like I mentioned, I have no interest in purchasing a firearm as a civilian. I have no need for one.
If you were in the military service.
Yes,
All
I would
right.
not be purchasing. It would be the weapons issued to me by my superiors.
All right. Well, let me go to the petitioner. And I have you on the screen as Miss Morella, but yeah, in the petition, you're Miss Mirandovic. What do you prefer to go by?
Either one, that's fine.
Okay, Ms. Morella, do you have any objection to me modifying the PPO that would allow her to possess a weapon only if she was on active service in the military, consistent with their military duties? And obviously the military has to make whatever decision they're going to make. It's not a guarantee that she goes into the military. She's just trying to clear this one obstacle out of the way. Just thinking out loud here, when people are enlisted in the Air Force, they're far, far away from the local area, and sometimes might give you some space to let things cool down even further. What are your thoughts?
Well, so this PPO exists for a reason. It's to protect me from someone who has continually crossed the line. If Camille's military duties truly require her to carry a firearm, I believe it's up to her superiors to make proper arrangements that don't involve weakening a protection order granted by this court. Yeah, that's my that's my opinion on it.
Okay, well, what I will do is I will insert the modifying language that here it says on this, because I will note that, though there is a lot of back and forth here, none of it says I'm going to shoot you with a firearm. However, because the firearm box was checked here, it just is that blanket ban on purchasing or possessing a firearm. I will modify the amended PPO, which remains in effect, to say simply, except for as required by military duties. And that would only mean, and I was in the Marines for 22 years, and I never remember possessing any of those weapons. They were very strictly checked in and out of the military facility and tracked, and the ammunition as well. So it's not as if you carry your weapon home at night and it becomes a part of your life. That's not how military weapons work. So based on that knowledge, I will grant that one exception, but the PPO to remain in place.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Thank you. And with that, we're concluded.
Okay. We gotta figure out who a couple people are. Can you please unmute and tell me your name?
Yes, hi, my name is Darnell Gay.
Okay. Do you have a camera?
Yes, hold on.
Can
I
you
don't know
please-
why. Yes. Sorry about that.
Renee, can you please unmute and turn your camera on?
Hello?
Hi, can you please turn your camera on?
Yes, hold on.
And are you Renee Campbell?
Yes. Hold on. Okay.
Okay. We are here in the case of Darnell Gay versus Renee Campbell, case number 25-05147PH. This hearing is being recorded on Zoom and live streamed on YouTube.
And this matter comes before the court today on Ms. Campbell's request to terminate the personal protective order that I granted in favor of Ms. Gay back on June 14th of 2025. I do have to tell you, both ladies, and apologize in advance. I have gotten us behind just through my fault and my failure to move these cases as fast as I'm supposed to move them this afternoon. So I'm a little bit short on time. I don't have time to take extensive testimony on it. I think what I'd like to do is let me see here. Yeah, I'm already 2 hearings behind, unfortunately. Okay, so we're just going to have to keep it quite short. And I guess the way I'll do it is I'll swear in Ms. Gay, take her testimony as to the basis for the PPO. I will hear in a response from Ms. Campbell why I should terminate the PPO, and then I can make a ruling. So, Ms. Gay, if you would please raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear or affirm that your testimony today will be the truth and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Very good. And to support this protective order, you stated that there were a couple of incidents here, one of them being Miss Campbell throwing eggs at your house. Tell me what happened on that occasion.
After the incident happened, after the altercation with, her and everybody else on the Hall Street,
Yes.
they threw eggs at my home.
Was
And
it
then
during that same big brouhaha on the blow up, or was it later that day or in the evening? When did it happen?
later.
Okay.
And
All right.
then
And who were the egg throwers that you saw?
Renee and her daughter.
And you saw them actually throw eggs at your house?
Yes, because the next day she was on the neighbor's porch, just keep yelling. I didn't throw eggs. I have cameras all around my home, all around it. And I have my cameras, if you come anywhere towards my perimeter of my property, it captures you. It was her and her daughter. They were throwing eggs. And then the next day, she was on the neighbors on their porch, just constantly yelling at my house. I've never had a conversation with her yelling. I haven't thrown eggs. And then therefore, after that, every single day, she was yelling and screaming how she should have killed me. She would have shot me. I had friends calling me because she kept on going online and live streaming how she should have hurt me if I didn't have cameras at my house. And I did submit those. And I was also on the phone with the police on one of the incidents when she was yelling and screaming how she was going to kill me. And I also have a video of her personally, as well as someone sent me one when they were calling me out of concern because of her threats to harm me.
Okay. And my next question, you said you submitted the films. You submitted them to the police department?
Yes, I did. The lives that people were sending me, as soon as they sent them to me, with her ranting and raving about how she was going to kill me, I went right downtown to the police department and I sent it to them. That's two of her telling me she's going to threaten me. I got one actually with her video, and I have her ranting in the backyard, just yelling and screaming and scaring my grandkids, telling them that how she's gonna hurt me. And it just went on and on. And I have witnesses, guests over, like, oh my God, you have to listen to that. I'm like, yes. She keeps threatening me.
Let me see what Miss Campbell has to say about it. Miss Campbell, would you please raise your right hand? Do you solemnly swear or affirm that your testimony today will be the truth and nothing but the truth?
Yes, I do.
Very good. Ms. Campbell, you say in your response here, you think there should be a termination. It does say you're off probation. What were you on probation for?
I was on probation for the incident with her daughter and stuff. And ever since I've been off probation, she's been harassing me and my I have an 18-year-old daughter. And so she has a daughter that's my age or whatever, and stuff. So basically, ever since that incident, she's now that her daughter, so she basically got her daughter, her grandkids, and like her nieces and them making up stuff. I never once threw eggs at her house. I never said nothing to her. She came to my house, her and her daughter and her grandkids. I
Hang on,
never
you gotta let her testify, Miss Gay, and then I'll give you a chance to respond.
I never now since she came to my house, that was May 31st. I have two incidents from this year. May 31st, which I put in the police reports, in February 9th, which was the Super Bowl weekend. She has cameras. I've been living over here for 3 years. I never she has Ring cameras and everything. I never said nothing before then, and I never said nothing after. She's just trying to prolong it because now that she wants to get in the mess with her daughter and her grandkids. Now she's trying to say this and that or whatever and stuff. And that was she made the PPO June. May, my daughter's birthday was May 25th. So it was sometime after, like, then in July, in June or something. That's when she's making these reports. I never threw eggs at her house or whatever, and I would never tell my 18-year-old daughter to throw eggs at her house. She called. She said she never called the police. If I threw eggs at her house, why didn't she call the police? She came over here with a mob of people, her whole generation and stuff. It's only me and my daughter and my 9-year-old daughter. You look, I have a 9-year-old daughter and an 18-year-old. Today, my daughter turned 19, so they're 10 years apart. That's not true. I never said I left in an ambulance. They assaulted me, her and her kids. And she has the background. You can look on the camera. She drove her car over to my house. I never once went over to her house. She
Well,
came over
you're
to.
talking about the big fight that happened in the street on Zeno Street?
It didn't happen. It happened on Hall Street, not
Or on Hall
Zeno.
Street? Okay.
Yes, she came over. Her family came over to
Yeah,
my
I
house.
don't want to reissue the fight because she's saying, well, since that fight, this
Nothing never
thing
happened.
escalated.
Since after that, yes, she's been calling CPS. They've been calling the city. They've been calling, now she's trying to do a PP and fearing her life or whatever. Lady, I've been staying here for 3 years. I never, come on now. I never said nothing to her. I never, some eggs.
You're not yelling at her from the back porch where she could hear it from her house.
I am not. You can ask the judge. You can get active and come to the neighborhood. I've been staying here. They saying that me and my kids, now she's going around saying my 9-year-old daughter with a taser. They brought the taser to the fight, and then my 9-year-old daughter picked
Yeah,
it
well, the
up.
taser's not part of this PPO,
I
so
know,
I'm
but
gonna leave that thing alone.
but it was led up to, it's what leading up
Yeah,
to this
I get
mess
it.
or whatever and stuff.
Let me
never
bounce
said
back to
nothing.
Miss Gay and ask her about that. Miss Gay, have you been making CPS calls about Miss Campbell's parenting?
I have never called CPS. Miss Campbell, Judge, I have proof of everything that I've submitted. I have proof of her. I have my ring camera is what her coming in the backyard yet threatening me. I also have her on Facebook. I have all of the recordings. As far as her talking about, I came around and Miss Campbell don't understand it. She doesn't want to tell the truth. When I came around there, I tried to ask them not to have any altercation, and she keeps making up this stuff like nobody wants to harm her. I don't have no business like messing with her, and she doesn't have any messing with me. I'm not that type of person. She was found guilty for whatever reason with her and my daughter. I don't get in that stuff. I'm a whole grown person and an individual. I ask that you please keep this granted, because ever since you've granted this PPO, the yelling has stopped. I have not been threatened. She has not been online posting things about me. So I ask you, please, for my safety, because I don't need this unstableness, because I can prove it to you. I don't have to keep making up. I got video of everything that I'm saying.
Okay, no, I think what I'm going to have to do is I can't tell, you're both telling me really the opposite things, that, the other person's the instigator here. And in this format, without seeing the video evidence and things like that, I really don't feel like I can make a decision on the termination. So what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to adjourn this hearing to a future date. And my question to you then, Miss Gay, is to show me those videos. Would you be able to do it in a Zoom format like this, or are you going to need to come to the courtroom?
I can, I don't know how you do it on Zoom. I can even send it to you via email. I have
You can send me the files via email?
Yes, I can. If you give me an email address, I'll send it to you right away, sir.
Okay, let's do it that way, and then I'll have a look at them, and I can also email them then to Miss Campbell so she can look at them, and then we'll have them ahead of the next hearing. Miss Campbell, did you have a question or something to say? You're muted, ma'am.
I have evidence too, sir, and I would like to present the evidence, which she should have been presented the evidence. She been did this in June, so why didn't she present the evidence? Basically,
Well, she
her
sent it
daughter
with the
is
police
coaching her.
report, but
Basically,
I
her
can't get
daughter.
it. I can't look at it. If she submitted to the police download, they do have an evidence.com site, but it's not something that I can easily access. you know, it's just easier for her to submit it directly. Because really it's a separate case. This is a civil case. It's got nothing to do with criminal activity, although I know the underlying things that do involve some police reports. Ms. Campbell, what sort of evidence do you have that you would like to submit?
I have the police report from that day, that she said, with the eggs throwing. I have that evidence, and I also have the evidence when she came to my house with her and her daughters, and I also have evidence. She's saying the stuff about with her daughter. That's have nothing to do. That's why she's
Yeah, it's a separate case. I get it.
so,
I'm
you
not
know, and she
considering
keep
that.
it's nothing. I don't have now she brought this among herself, and then two, you're a judge. You can go to CPS. You can go to
Well, you
CPS and
might think
see.
that a lot of people think it's that easy, but the truth is I don't really have much better access to CPS and records of that sort than any other person does. I'd have to obtain releases and all that stuff. And the truth is, in the context of a
Well, I
personal
have the
protective
proof.
order, we don't typically do it that way.
Well, I have the allegations and the reports and stuff, and the stuff that her daughter is saying too, because basically her daughter is coaching her.
Okay. Well, I mean, if it's attributed to her and you think I should read it during the hearing or advance of the hearing, you
Okay.
can submit it to me. I'll take a look at it, and then I'll
Okay.
try to make the best decision I can at the next hearing. And any documents or evidence that you want to submit, we can take scanned copies or photos by email, and we can also you can drop off any copies you have, or discs or thumb drives can go to our PPO office, and they'll get them up to me. So I'll give you both those options, and Lisa has the job of pulling all that evidence together so I can look at it before the next hearing. Lisa, when's that next hearing date going to be?
Is it going to, it will be
It's going to be
September.
on Zoom if we can manage this digital evidence.
Yep. September 25 at 10 o'clock.
10 o'clock.
September what day?
September 25 at 10 o'clock.
Okay.
And do you both need Lisa's email so that
I
we
do.
can
So I'll
submit
send it
evidence?
over to her right now, Judge.
Okay.
Go ahead with the email, please.
Okay. Are we off the record, Judge?
Yes.
And please include on the email your case number
Okay.
so I can reference that.
Hold on. Can I confirm?
I'm going to
the
refill
case
my
number?
water, Lisa. I'll be right back.
Oh, the case number is up at the right. Is that case number 2505147PH?
Yep. In my
Okay.
email, my email at
Kent County
can
Okay.
easily determine what it's for.
Yes. Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Okay. Bye.
Hello.
Yes.
Okay. I was trying to hear it again. It was SIRD. Kent.
Yes.
And stuff. Okay. Oh, now that she's not on the phone, I was gonna say can I because I had laser surgery with my eyes and stuff, but she doesn't know that, so I really can't see or whatever. Could I do my proof, because I had laser surgery a couple months ago, and my foot my toe was gonna get amputated, so I'm in rehab for that and stuff, but she doesn't know that.
Is that all
saying?
happening on that date of that hearing, Miss Campbell?
What?
Do you know you're going to be in the hospital on the September the 25th when I just scheduled the hearing?
September 24th, I gotta go to the podometrist. But what I was saying is, I'm saying, can I put in the evidence like I had laser surgery? I just had laser surgery. I go to a retina specialist. That's what I'm saying. I don't be involved in that because I'm sick and stuff. I'm in recovery. I've been in recovery for a couple months now.
You can submit the evidence if you want. When you submit it to us, however, she will be able to see it because we share it with the other party. So I'll
And see,
leave
I
that
don't want
to you.
them to know. I don't want her daughter and them to know that I'm sick, sick and stuff or whatever. Because luckily that day she drove her car to my house, so I was able to lean on her car when they came to my house.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you, right, just keep us posted. And if you're in the hospital or unable to see on the day that we have the hearing, just let us know. You can tell us that, just that medical issue, and you can submit that separately, and we can just set a different date for it when you're healed up.
Okay, no, I already had this surgery. I had the
Oh.
surgery a couple of months ago. I'm just in recovery. Like I still see gray spots and stuff
Yeah.
or whatever, but the neighbor don't know that I can't see. So that's
Okay.
what I'm
No, I
saying.
won't reveal it unless you direct me to.
I
So
don't no, I don't want y'all to, because then they will have the upper hand on knowing that I'm sick and stuff. You know, she doesn't know that I'm sick. That's why she's making everything up. But I said I could send in proof. You know, I go to a laser specialist, a retina specialist, if you know what that is, I lost my eyesight for 5 days. So I had
yeah,
surgery.
no, I do know it's part of your eye, and I know it could impact that. And like I say, if you think it impacts the case here, if you're saying, well, I couldn't see, so I couldn't like throw an egg or something because I might throw it in the wrong direction, I'll leave it to you to decide if you want to introduce that. But
Okay.
anything that you introduce, she will learn about inevitably. So, you know, that's I'm just going to leave it up to you as we get
Okay.
closer to the
I
day.
just don't. Yeah, and I just, you know, for my safety and stuff, whatever, because that laser surgery, that's really, you know, special when I can't see. I can't see
Yeah,
for a
no,
couple days.
I've had people that I know go through that and say, great, when you first go through it, particularly, it doesn't always come out perfect. So,
Yeah, like I had headaches and stuff, so like my head was hurting, but yeah. But okay, thank you. I will send in the stuff. I'm not gonna send it in like today and stuff, but I'll send it in like, you know, because today's Cheyenne's birthday. So I'll try to, you know, send it in by next week.
that'll work well. Thank you, Ms. Kim.
Okay, thank you. Have a good weekend.
You as well.
Yeah, that just happened. I mean, it has been 3 hours, kids. I don't know about you, but I'm tired. That is what this week was like. It was all. Let me just be blunt with you people. That was the 3 hours I chose to publish today for this moment. There's more. I don't even want to get started on that Wednesday Simpson docket. We've all of the court content creators, the court watchers have made many videos off of the Simpson Wednesday docket. We haven't made all of them. Dear God, no. At some point, we all just need to sit down and just watch the whole docket together. Wow. Ladies and gentlemen, it's been fun. I'm your lone wolf Usul. I am your host for these here weekend get-togethers where we do a weekly case review. And I am also your curator for this here Lone Wolf Usul's Court Gallery. I do want to say thank you to all of our amazing stream supporters today. We had Mantle Maker leading the charge, William Knowlton, Kimby, Law Talk with Mike, Tev, all of you, thank you so much for your support in the stream. It's so greatly appreciated. And I want everybody to have a great weekend. Keep an eye out on the channel. I'll have more videos coming out, maybe today, maybe tomorrow, who knows when, but we'll definitely be doing our daily get together at 9 p.m. Eastern on Monday, and we'll be watching the dockets of the day together, and we'll be chatting about it live in chat together. So just keep an eye out, ladies and gentlemen. I'll be here. I'll be here. I'll be here. So you can come check it out anytime. I don't even know what I'm saying anymore. I'm punch drunk from all of this streaming. Remember, we will have premieres Monday through Friday at 8 p.m. Central, and again next Saturday for another live at 11 a.m. Central. Mama Wolfie knows exactly the right things to say. This is the end of the show. Thank you very much for hanging out. I'm your lone wolf Usul. I'm checking out. Peace out, people. Later. Are people still here? What? The show's over. What? Why are you still here? Go away. Thank you for coming out. I'm your lone wolf Usul. I'm done. Peace out.